Hey, hey, hey.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Australian Deaf Games. We've just had a moment's silence out here. We've got plenty of action coming up for you today, folks. The players will be ready in about 15 minutes, so we aren't quite ready to rock and roll just yet.
Well, we had the moment silence, Tim. Good morning, everyone. I'm a bit sleep deprived, but the moment silence, I've forgotten his name. You might have recorded his name. But a long supporter, many, many years of supporting deaf people hard of hearing. And they've got his shirt and they've got a photo and a plaque, and we'll bring you that name. But both of us, just getting our cameras sorted. But well done to Tim Wrightson, Mr. Chicken Legs. I can't believe I'm actually sitting next to him in the flesh, and it's both of us in commentary.
Oh, that's you owe me a drink already.
Oh, that's right. That's a phone. That's just more commentary gigs with people trying to ring me, which is ridiculous. But I've never been to Club Mooloolaba, and viewers, as Tim is getting sorted, I drove up from Sydney last night, late yesterday afternoon, and I stopped at Little Italy, which is a rest stop just past Coffs. There for 2 hours, probably slept there from 10 till about midnight, and then got up at 2 and then drove the remaining 4 hours to Club Mooloolaba, and then got another hour and a half in the back of the van. We both got vans to try and actually bring you all of these wonderful action from the Australian Deaf Games. And we've got the Fours Championships, and I haven't seen these players since I was in Club Charlestown in, I think it was September, October last year. And it was great to see Michael Barker, who's the current AO Hard of Hearing singles champion. And he gave me a nice warm embrace. And the Fox. And I remember seeing all of our lovely players who I had great memories with. So the players are going to be doing their trial ends. We've had a look at the conditions of play, and instead of it was 12 ends, if you looked at our information on YouTube Live Sports, it's actually 15 ends and an hour and a half of gameplay. So welcome again, and if you are able to contribute to the chat, do it. That'd be great. Love to have you there. If not, you just want to sit back. But welcome to everyone, all peoples from all around the world, particularly our deaf and hard of hearing community. I'm hoping that a lot of the clubs are showcasing their members who are playing in the in these deaf games. So we'll show you pretty much the schedule of what we've got. And I know it's a little bit small, but you can obviously extend and zoom in on your screen. But we basically have 2 days of fours and 2 days of singles. This is the actual championships we are watching. And thank you to Deaf Sports Australia. This is the only sport that's been live streamed amongst the games. And we'll be here for 4 days from Club Mooloolaba. And we thank Club Mooloolaba for their generosity and space. We also like to thank Bowlers Paradise for also sponsoring the broadcast and helping us with our presentation. And of course, we have Deaf Bowls Australia and featuring Deaf Sports Australia. The games, which are going to be in New Zealand in 2 years' time. So we look forward to all of that. Now, Tim's just gone to get the players' names, and I can just show you around the grounds. They're all getting ready to go. And for some reason, I'm getting a warning that our stream's bit rate is a bit lower. So we may have to change our stream bit rate, but I'll worry about that, not let you. But we are on the ditch rink here at Rink 8 at Club Mooloolaba, and I do believe we have two Queensland sides, Peter Cox and Ken Reid, and with 8 players, Tim is just getting the players' names, what ball they're using, what position they're playing. And for those of you who didn't get to watch the Queensland Lawn Bowl Deaf Games Championships, the synthetic, or the carpet, I should say, it's carpet, not synthetic, it's carpet. And Tim will tell us what type of woven carpet it is. Runs about 16, 17 sevens.
Tightly woven.
Tightly woven. There we go. So if we have a look at the players on the mat, that's the Queensland outfit. And we've got the branding of Deaf Bowls. And we've had a change in our skippers, but that's okay. We'll let Tim come and let his fingers do this. So it's Russell Jackson is the skipper.
I don't know if it'll fit in, mate. You might have to just put Jackson.
Let's have a look. No, so we're going to put R. Jackson, I think, and away we go. So, look, thanks for joining us. We're a bit rough around the edges, as you know, but that's how we roll. We're very real, and you've got us. You've got the A team today, and welcome to all of you watching. And just bear in mind, if you've had enough of what we do, you can go and see Tony Scott, who's broadcasting the Phoenix Pairs just down the road. And on my 11-hour drive from Sydney, I actually rang Tony, and it was raining there, and he's outdoors. So sucked in, Tony. The uncle, they had the Calcutta last night. They have got some belting teams. They've got people from all over the place, but young Nathan Black, I think, was his pick of who might win the Phoenix Pairs, which is up to around about, I think, $35,000. Going around the grounds at the moment, these are just our trial ends, so we don't need to see any of the action at the moment, but a lot of new faces. So on the rink next to us, on rink 9, we have Victoria taking on each other, and Michael Barker's in that, the champion from the singles and the AO. Western Australia look like they might be taking on New South Wales on the rink next to them. Just trying to get a viewpoint on the team outfits. It looks like we've definitely got 2 teams from WA, but this is awesome. So good. Left side. We're just trying to adjust the cameras. Left side. More. Just trying to see with our viewpoint. Oh. Tim's just trying to get the alignment going. And we're just trying to get the adjustment of the... Always hard to line up your cameras. I might go and do it myself and then put Tim on. I'll try and adjust it because I think I've stuffed that up. But listen, have a look. I'll either bring you into commentary, but we've still got the trial ends going. It's definitely not. All right, mate, we'll hand you
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, everybody's just going through their trial end at the moment, as you can probably see there. We've got lovely weather. It's not balmy Queensland weather this morning. A lot of them are braving it in their T-shirts and shorts. We did have, I don't know if Matt's mentioned it, we have had one team change. Ken Reid was unavailable or had withdrawn from the competition. I'm not sure reasons and circumstances, but Russell Jackson has taken over. Now, he won the Queensland State Singles title last year for the Deaf Bowls. So he's taken over for skippering. So the teams as we have them, Sue Ellen Tappenden from Mount Larkham up near Rockhampton Gladstone Way. She's leading. Linda Corey from Coolum is second. Graham Ashcroft of Woodgate Beach is third, and Russell Jackson of Airlie Beach is the skipper. They're up against some of the guys that you would have seen if you watched the Queensland State Singles that I did on Friday and Saturday, just gone. So we have a plethora of players that have been on the live stream in the last 72 hours. Leading the way, we've got Bob Swatton of Helensvale, Gary Hagan, who won the singles final from Victoria Point as second, John Price from Victoria Point, who came runner-up in that final as third, and Ken Reid from Helensvale is the skipper. So these guys have got to know each other a fair bit over the last few years from what I can gather, and boy, the bond and the friendships and the spirit amongst them all is fantastic. So they're all getting used to Rink 8 at the moment. Some of them would have already had a bit of time on Rink 8, like I said, last few days. We've got only one bowling arm by the looks of it. We might have two. There might be two floating around. Pretty sure. But yeah, absolutely looking forward to the next 15 ends of the first match. They've got an hour and a half time limit, and I'm pretty sure there's no dead ends in this one. So it's the Australian Deaf Games that's being conducted on the Sunshine Coast. Lawn bowls is only one component of it. I think there's about a dozen sports being played, and lawn bowls has the second most amount of players involved in the particular event. So a little bit like the Masters Games, but obviously the Australian Deaf Championships. And I'm not familiar. I think netball was the highest attended sport, or the one where the most competitors were here. So, yeah, we've got a great facility here at Club Helensvale. I've been banging on about them for days. Absolutely fantastic. Club Mooloolaba and also Bowlers Paradise have been great sponsors of the Deaf Bowls last week and this week. So thank you very much to both of those. As the skippers almost have finished. Thank you very much for joining us. I'm glad you can get involved. I don't know if we'll be waiting for an alarm bell to start commencement of game. Everybody's getting a little bit cold. Now, I don't know if Matt's explained this, but all players have to remove any hearing aids that they have. So your normal hearing aid, your cochlear implant, all must be removed. People may wonder why. The reason being, the players have qualified for this event because they've been assessed with an audiology test. The results of those tests are what entitles them to play in this category, so they can't then turn up and wear the hearing aid or the cochlear implant. That would defeat the purpose of needing to qualify. So we're just about ready to rock and roll by the looks of it. Players are on the ready, so starters, gunners about to start, except one rink is still doing their roll-up. So this game is Queensland versus Queensland, would you believe? And tomorrow morning, the very first game tomorrow morning, I believe, is Victoria versus Victoria. 7 teams on the green. 7 rinks, sorry. So 14 teams competing today and tomorrow. 2 games in the morning for one of the live stream rinks. 2 games in the afternoon for another live stream rink. The same again Tuesday. Except after lunch on Tuesday is when the final will take place. So each team will get 5 matches. We've got Pool A and Pool B. 7 teams in each pool and 1 bye per team. Got to wait for all the teams to be finished. There's only a couple of bowls left and they'll be ready to rock and roll. Yeah, it's a little chilly, folks. Not complaining, of course. It's dry. I've only got shorts on, but that's par for the course for me. Looking forward to this game, mainly because we've got Queensland versus Queensland. I'm going to stir them up as a New South Wales supporter. I'm going to stir them up prior to State of Origin. Some fantastic senses of humour amongst these people. I came down yesterday and watched the opening ceremony and the speeches from Michael and Stephen, who have put together a fantastic package to showcase the deaf bowlers in Australia. And I had a roll myself on the green, and gee, the laughter and banter I had with some of the players, the laughter and the fun we had was fantastic. But it was good to get out, have a roll with everybody. Sitting here in the commentary box, you get a little tired of that after a while. So the sooner I can get out and have a roll, the better. That's how it is for me. So looking forward to working with Matt. We've done a little bit before at Taran Point in Sydney a while back. First cab off the rank is Sue Ellen Tappenden. Played very well during the Queensland State titles last week. I imagine everybody's going to take a little bit of time to just get into the swing of things on a Monday morning. So this is where we get a good guide of who adjusts the quickest. Peter Diggle, is our umpire for the day. Lovely fella that's attached to the Club Mooloolaba. He's done a great job. He's already racing across the green to go and do a measure for mat length, for jack length. Sue Ellen's got one in the front, one in the behind, both about a metre either side. And bowl was Bob Swatton of Helensvale, who played quite well last week too. Linda Corey to the mat. Lovely lady. She's got great weight here on the bowl, just behind. Good metre or so behind. This bloke doesn't need too much introduction. This is Gary Hagan, the winner of last week's Queensland State Singles title. Very, very steady. And again, an absolute gentleman on and off the green. Don't think it'll take Gary and John too long to adjust. They got a fair bit of bowls in. So unfortunately, folks, we have got a lot of similar looking coloured bowls. And of course, we have 8 players on the green who are wearing the same uniforms. So Linda only just missing the jack on the way through there. Gary's second bowl coming down now. It pulls up now. It will definitely be shot. Last bowl shot, possibly 2. Ken Reid indicating. So, and we haven't seen this fella, Graham Ashcroft from Woodgate Beach. About to make his mark on the game with his very first bowl. He certainly has. Well done, Mr. Ashcroft. Fantastic bowl to start the match. For those of you who don't know, this is John Price. He and Gary Hagan. So second and third in this match were the grand finalists for the singles last week. He's looking to sit the orange bowl. He's only just missed it, so 2 foot's the gap. I love the way skipper Russell Jackson's putting his foot. He's indicating before each bowler bowls, he's indicating with his hands how far long or short their previous bowl was. Another great bowl from Graham Ashcroft. Doing very, very well. So lots of hand gestures. As I say, these people don't have their hearing aids in. So some of them were completely deaf and some of them are hard of hearing. Doesn't not matter, and it doesn't matter whether they use hearing aids or cochlear implants. They can obviously still use the sign language. Well, that one's only just slipped through, but it's probably not quite the winning shot. I think the orange of Graham's probably still shot. So we'll see what the skippers can do. There's only about 2 foot to cover Russell's first bowl, so I don't know whether he was a late inclusion. Certainly a very well accomplished bowler as last year's Queensland state title holder. He's looking like he is going to make a contribution straight up with his very first bowl, so that's good. Only 6 to 8 inches short, so very good. So they're holding 2 at the moment, would be my guess. The blue and the orange behind are
I
the...
won't put my headset on, but both these fellas were very established at the Nationals last year in Club Charlestown. Both very accomplished. I don't know their cheat sheet, but I'm going to go and disappear and get a coffee and a hot chocolate. Sponsored by 7-Eleven, I think, so I'll be back.
Yeah, I'll stir Matt up later, folks. He's asked me to help him out, and he's already running away. All right, Ken Reid with a little bit of work to do here. My guess would be 2, possibly 3 down. It's 15 ends, so there's plenty of time. There's no panic, but it's not a full game like a pennants game. He's looking a bit better for length here. Could he be like a thief in the night with his last bowl? Yeah, that'll be 1. He saved at least 1 and a measure there. Well done, Mr. Reid. Very good start by everybody. As I say, folks, it is Monday morning, and some of these people probably playing with others that they've known for some time, but may or may not have played with them before. So we'll just see how they all fit in. Another 3/4 length. And I hope you're enjoying the coverage, folks. We're going right through today, and tomorrow is fours. Wednesday and Thursday is singles. And then I believe there's a bit of a Trans-Tasman challenge happening after that, because we've got some Australian representatives and New Zealand representatives here. So it'd be really good to see how the cream rises towards the end of the week. Just making a few adjustments, folks. Sorry for the silence. Just trying to make sure we can get the best possible angle to show the players with their delivery. And it's a little hard with the boundary peg for this particular rink is basically 2 foot in front of us, so I can't put the camera out forward. So we'll do our best, and we're also with looking towards the southern end where the bowlers are bowling from now. We see a great bowl there coming from Gary Hagan, sitting right behind. We're going to get a bit of focus issue, ladies and gentlemen, just like that. The camera doesn't know whether it's trying to focus on the light or the dark, and of course then the players are moving. So this will happen at times, and I apologise. I can't do anything about that right there. So we may not use it too much. It's fine when it's like that. And then as soon as there's a little bit of glare come through. So we're working on it, folks, as best we can. Gary Hagan with his second bowl. Some good instructions coming in from Russell. Graham Ashcroft's first bowl coming down. It's going to go a little behind. No harm done there. They're holding one. Now this is a side a few of them had a little bit of... Found it a little more testy, this ditch side, right in front of us here. Johnny Price's second bowl goes beyond his first one, but grass is beautiful. They're all sticking to this trickier side. Sorry, no. He's headed out the other side this time on his backhand. Morning, Kathy Brooks. Good to see you're tuned in. A few little smirks amongst the players as they pass the skip. Best chance to try and communicate. They're very good at lip reading. Hand signals I've obviously used quite a bit. But you see them focusing very much on people's lips whilst talking regularly up close. Even mine, they're Russell's behind as well. Ken's going to go down this backhand side for right-hander. So furthest away from the ditch. And it looks like the weight everybody's having a bit of trouble with at the moment. Grass is relatively good across the board. See a fair few of the players have gone and put their jumpers on. They had their trial ends this morning. He's just going to push his own through here, I think. Yeah, but a lot more jumpers have come out since the game actually started. So I think they were all nice and brave when the trial ends were on. And I've got a funny feeling they've all realised the same as me. It's not quite as warm as they thought it was. Can Ken save the day with his last one again? He needs to find a gap and a little bit more weight. He certainly might have got close for second, just like last end. Yep. Another one to the Ken Reid team. So the score's 1-1. Jack stayed up, but only just. So, all good. So Bob Swatton from the Helensvale Club. We had quite a few here from Helensvale. They're obviously a very big club member-wise, and also physically the club's a very big place too. Another impressive outfit similar to this with the two carpeted greens under the roof. And a similarity also, I'm just pulling up a metre and a half short. Another similarity, they have one grass green each. Here at Mooloolaba, they only have a half of one, which seems to be used for a bit of night owls fun and tourists passing through. Helensvale has a full grass green with their two artificials, so similar. Clubhouse, very different, but still full of friendly bowlers. Llewellyn just pushing Bob's first bowl up there. So he's just looking to get around those two now. Jack's on the tee, so a little bit of concern early with the super long end. And the weight's going to make them nervous, I think, for a little bit. So we've got another game this morning. That'll be David Ravlich and Michael Barker. Now, Michael is the president of Deaf Bowls Australia, so it'll be great to have him playing. This pulls up. It's looking really good. Needs to stop in a hurry. And it's just dropped. Gary Hagan. Victoria Point very well represented. And I believe Gary Hagan was also part of the Queensland arm bowling team. Don't know if that's still the case, but he certainly was. I think you're about to see why. This is what he did Friday and Saturday over and over to become the state singles title holder. These long ends definitely going to catch everybody out for a little while. That one's in the drink. Good to see family members, spectators, families and friends. Obviously with a lot of people travelling long distances from WA and Victoria and so forth, South Australia, Streaky Bay in South Australia. Another great bowl from Gary Hagan. He's done it well. Can't fault it much other than he would have rather been about that far behind. So 3 to Team Reid at the moment. Linda will be praying she misses that front one. She has. Now she just wants to hold. Oh, weight was lovely. All right. Yeah, Ken will be wanting one right behind now if he can. You've only got 2 metres from the tee to the ditch. For those who don't play bowls, you don't want your bowl going into the ditch behind the green unless it's touched the jack on the way through. And look at this. Fantastic. That is ideal positioning. 3 bowls in the head already. And now they've got 1 bowl behind, which is a great advantage. Because this fella, Graham Ashcroft, will be trying to get through that pack. You can see with the weight he's put in, his intent was there. He'd dearly love this to stay up. And it has. Russell Jackson just doing the sign of the cross as that bowl stopped about an inch before dropping in the ditch. Yeah, for those who don't bowl and you're watching, if your bowl drops in the ditch and it hasn't touched the jack on the way through, it's dead. Or if it goes out of bounds to the side pegs, it's dead. This will be handy. Another bowl behind, another bowl in the head. So that's 5. Or a handful, as we call it. So Graham Ashcroft here, really desperately looking to cut back those numbers. He'll be doing everything in. He doesn't want his skipper to be 5 down when he goes to have his bowl. Hope for a bit of fortune here. And he's got 1 out. So that's a start. And he's closer than the back bowl. So I'd say he's got... Ken Reid's still probably holding 3. Yep. So great bowl there from Graham Ashcroft. Pushing 1 bowl out. Staying. And also beating the back bowl. How quickly things can change. It's interesting. You get to see the body language and so forth as the players cross paths with the skipper. The body language, the sign language, the smirks, the encouragement that's given. Sue Ellen walked past and said to Russell Jackson, our lip reader, she said, come on, you can do it. So that's the pressure that's put on the skips. Ken Reid, on the other hand, bowling now. He's just got to add to his existing 3 shots that they're holding. Wanting to miss that front bowl. He's done that part beautifully. His weight is superb. Using one of their own, so he's made that a 4. Bit of pressure here for Russell. He's definitely got a bit of steam on this one. So Russell's shown his intention. They do have the back bowl, and Russell's got the worst bowl that was in the way. He's got that out now. So I dare say he'll have another run at this. We'll just see where Kenny puts this one first. Promoting his team's bowl again. Another great bowl. So possibly back to holding 5 shots. Yep. Good call there from Graham. So Russell will go heavy again. What he's trying to achieve is the orange bowl in, or if he just gets just under the orange bowl, he could pick up the jack, or he could sit the opposition's bowls out. So he's put less pace on this one. It's starting to turn now, but he's just going to get the wrong bowl. He's tipped in the opposition bowl, unfortunately. So tried very hard and did very, very well. So I think they'll be pulling out quite a few. The best Russell Jackson bowl is the orange one, Graham's bowl. So we've got 4 so far. Just eliminate. Yep, there's the 5. It is 5. Yeah, bad luck to Russell Jackson. He almost saved the day there. Only 3 ends down, so. So that's the program for this week, just for the lawn bowls. This event was being held in Charleston, down near Newcastle last year. There is talk that it may come back up here next year. There's talk of a New Zealand event coming up in a year or so too. So don't forget, folks, we have the live stream that you're watching now. And that will cover 2 games prior to lunch. After that, we'll have another separate link on YouTube Live Sports that you'll need to access in the same way, either on your TV or in your devices. And that'll be the link that you'll need for the afternoon game. Because we have such a long lunch break, there's not much point in us leaving the camera going if we can help it. So nice bowl from Llewellyn. Couple inches short. Skipper's very happy with that. Bob looks like he's put a little bit more on this one. His first one was just a tad short, just getting used to the weight. He's still a little bit short. His grass was lovely. It's a big welcome back to the man who brings gifts.
Oh,
Warm chocolatey gifts.
I've been exploring.
Ah.
Look, I wear many hats, mainly because I'm losing my hair, but that's all right. At 56, I'm okay with that. It's what's supposed to happen. Although my brothers, I'm the only one in the family besides my youngest one. I'm one of 9. My dad's got a full rack. I inherited the Burns side, which is my mother's side.
Wow. Sue Ellen, what a bowl.
But and look, we've got to get rid of that little signal because we actually saw what a bowl.
Because I'm a Barry Crocker.
Yeah. There we go. What a bowl. Sorry, guys. It looked good. Good morning, Kathy. Matty Harris here. Boyd's tagged me as Red Bull, but no Red Bull today. I've just had a large, freshly grounded 7-Eleven. And the less I promote 7-Eleven at the moment with what they're doing with their franchisees, according to the media, is not brilliant. But I went exploring at Mooloolaba. But many, many years ago, I was here as a triathlete. Swim, bike and run. I'm now here as a broadcaster of this sport we both love called bowls. Tell me, I can see the scoreboard. We're 6-1 to Queensland on 3.
Yeah, it's Queensland versus Queensland. Ken Reid's team really racked up a few the last end. They were holding 5. Graham got it back to 3. But would you believe the skip, Kenny Reid, he's come down and just banged another 2 straight back on there. And look at this lovely bowl from Linda. So they're holding 2. They've now got a counter as well behind. So the girls and the boys. So we've got two ladies in Ken Reid's team.
And this gentleman is using an arm.
Yep, this is Gary Hagan. So he won the singles title on Saturday afternoon.
Oh, so this is Gaza.
And his opposition for the grand final is Ken Reid on the same team. And they both play for Victoria Point, which is in my district, the Gateway district. So you can see Gary's got his weight there perfect.
That we might be able to contact Victoria Point during this coverage and say, listen, if you've got any members at the club, get it on the TV, get it on the big screen and make these bowlers who are representing their state, their club, and some of them will be representing their country, at Club Charlestown in the World Championships in September next year, which we are broadcasting, by the way. You have to check your diary, mate, to see what you're doing, because we come as a pair now in the deaf community. And I'm looking round, and the matchup that I'm really excited about is on rink 10. You've got Western Australia taking on New South Wales, and both those skippers, I think, were in the singles final last year.
Okay.
So we've got some new faces here today, viewers.
We've got the best of the best, and we've got the newbies.
Well, we do. And look,
Gary's just a little through with that one. At the moment, holding 2, though.
The hard part is to try and get the balance of an education that we're trying to help the viewers and us operating cameras, which you're doing a whole lot of at the moment. I've just got my hands in my pockets, which is great. Normally, it's just me broadcasting and doing the whole lot. Now it's both of us. So we are at the Deaf Games, but today I can tell you it's the blind leading the blind in the coverage.
Don't worry. I'm surprised other people haven't already commented about that.
But look, we're matchy. We've got the hats on, and if you saw in our little opening on Facebook on YouTube Live Sports, I made sure I didn't put my face on the camera, but I showed you Timmy. And we're looking very similar.
This is gonna really help things out there. That'll be 3 now.
Where's Mr. Chalky?
Oh, no, he's claiming 2.
That was a Mr. Chalky.
No, hit the front ball.
Oh, did it? There you go.
Yeah, now we know why it's the blind leading the blind.
It wasn't going to be
it's
long.
all right, folks. I'm going to wake him up. The poor bugger's driven about 1,200 kilometres in the last... Graham Ashcroft, almost.
In 12 hours.
Almost. Yeah, we won't give away too much detail. People will do their mathematics and work out 1,200 kilometres and 12K in 12 hours.
Cool. I didn't break any land speed records, but I wasn't far off. No, we both own
massive
vans.
effort for you, mate.
We both own vans, so we basically can crash where we stop. But how good is it? Thank you, viewers, for watching. At the moment, it's only Matt Harris commenting to say g'day and Kathy. So we did hear, and I did hear over the Queensland singles, to encourage you to use the chat. You don't have to. You can remain anonymous, because there's a lot of people that have different names.
Yep.
But you can see Kathy and Matt there. Alrighty. I'm just trying to get my compass adjusted.
You've got to get your head around who's who in the zoo. So this is Russell Ashcroft. He won the Queensland singles last year.
Oh, because he was our inaugural champion. Mm-hmm. And we now have a new champion, and they're playing on the ditch.
Filling in. He's looking pretty good here. This is exactly what he needs, this bowl here, if it's got the Wheaties.
Good track.
Where's he got close?
See, this is the
May
problem.
still be two down.
When I used to play lawn bowls as a 15-year-old in 1985, do the maths, everyone, how old I am now, they're all black bowls. And all we had was the motive.
The best bowls are still the black bowls.
Well, I guess you've got a set then, have you? Paul.
I like to stand out in the crowd, so I've gone with black bowls. Everyone else brings their Smarties or their M&Ms along. And...
So,
all right, the last bowl of the end, and Russell is 2 down at the moment. If he can get just inside his own bowl, he'll be bang on the money. Now, I don't know that he's got the weight this time. His line is perfect.
I'm still getting used to the speed.
He's about a metre short, which is unfortunate because his line is brilliant. So it looks like a 2. Oh, he's claiming 3. He's claiming the 3. They'll take it.
What is incredible to watch, Tim, and I'm just readjusting now, it's all hand gestures. They are lip reading.
They're lip reading because some of them automatically still say the word, even though they know the other person hasn't got their devices in. So,
it was funny.
Okay, so we've got a big lead now.
I'm just watching the skippers. They actually couldn't work out, and they're trying to draw the number 3 with their hands.
Yeah, well, we do that.
Yeah, but you can't
Full
see.
hearing people do that.
So the best thing I do is I tap my head 3 times.
3 times, yeah.
Or I tap my chest.
Yep.
Or my forearm, and I do big hand gestures. And I did that because I saw people doing it here.
Ah, okay.
Well, at the national championships last year, and I thought, oh my God.
We all learn from different people, don't we?
Well, because everyone, I'm pretty loud on the green, and no doubt you are, but I'm really loud, and I'm generally playing with a lot of people who are not hard of hearing, but just aged.
We all do. Yep.
And there's a lot of background noise, although it's quite quiet here. You need those visual cues. So, 9-1 on 4. We have got a 15-end contest. So, the good news is I can do it around the grounds. If I get that little cheat sheet and I go back to my car and get my notes, which I'm parked right next to you, by the way. And like all good car parks, there's not enough room for a car or a van that's slightly oversized. So I had to suck my guts in.
Yours, crikey. Mine's halfway down the park. The front of my car's in the car park, and the back of my car's in the garden.
I noticed that you were knocking down some trees. Greenpeace wouldn't be real happy.
No, lucky I had an electric chainsaw last night, I tell you.
Well, great vision and great pictures here, as we've had over 120 views this morning already. We've got 16 people having have a watch. So welcome if you are from the deaf community or hard of hearing. And if you're just a fan of bowls, remember, you can actually go onto Youtubelivesports, onto the stream, and you can see that there are 2 streams concurrently running at the moment. Tony Scott, another one of our broadcasters, is broadcasting from just down the south of us at Coffs Harbour. Gave him a call on my trip up here, and he's doing the Phoenix pairs. I think they're $35,000 worth of prize money.
Ooh.
And they had the Calcutta last night. That's a draw, and people bid on their combination of teams. And Tony's put it out there and said that Nathan Black, who is an up-and-coming jackaroo.
Yep. I think he's already there now, isn't he?
Well, he could be, but he's not in the Com Games team. But
South Australian. One of the few South Australians that sort of makes it across to compete with the East Coast boys.
Tell me, Kathy, obviously a number 1 fan. I was, but she always takes my mantle with the crown, or the queen of the stream here. Is she originally from this area?
Her ancestors are from Queensland. That's why she goes for that team that wears the dark pink shirts and football games 3 times a year.
Billy Moore, ex-North Bears player and famous for the Queenslander.
Yep.
He's gone for 13-plus victory for Queensland. 13-plus.
Yeah, well.
We are in Queensland.
I don't know that Billy could pronounce New South Wales, let's face it. I wouldn't say that to his face.
Imagine having him on broadcast. How you going, everybody?
He could knock
It's
me over
Billy
with his
Moore.
jaw.
He's a good man. I've met him a couple of times, but he's had too many hits to the throat. A bit like Gary
Yeah,
Larson.
Gary Larson,
Hey,
the far side,
and
they
Jeff
used to call
Toothey.
Gary.
How you going, everybody?
Darren Lockyer.
Yeah. He's got a good face for radio, just quietly.
Yes.
So who
Actually,
we got
Billy
with...
Moore's advertising on local radio up here for a scaffolding business. I only
is
just
he?
heard it yesterday, yeah.
So who we got on screen?
Billy Moore here. That's Gary Hagan.
Okay. The man with the golden arm.
Yes.
Now, you've mentioned he's using a hacksaw arm. Or is it a different one?
That's a hacksaw one, isn't it, that one?
Well, it sort of depends. Is it the short? What's the shorter version one? I thought
He's
that
drawn
was the
a shot with
hacksaw.
that. No, that's called a hybrid.
Okay. So
The half length bowling arm
so
now.
there's
They're
two
calling
versions.
those hybrids, yeah.
So hybrids and hacksaws.
I think hacksaw is more the style of saw. So the hybrid ones, the little short ones, they're in a hacksaw as well.
Okay.
They're just not the ones with the cup scoop, that you get the older style bowling arms.
Look, if you get your pendulum swing right here, he's still got to try and find his line and his weight.
Yep.
But
He was exceptional with his weight the
I
other day.
saw it. I watched it.
It was a dream to watch, I tell you. So he's holding shot at the moment.
It's great to see that people are listening because Kathy has had another go at you.
Yep.
And betting that Billy Moore can at least spell IT.
Yeah, he probably could.
Hey.
He probably could. He'd have to because he'd be a damn sight more wealthy than me, so he'd probably have to be able to do a bit of IT work.
And she's had a crack at Gallen as well. She doesn't like Mr. Gallen.
No.
He's a crybaby.
Oh.
I'm not a fan of him anyway. And I'm a New South Welshman. So here's the thing. I'm moving here next year, July.
I know which battles to pick. I don't pick fights with
I know.
Paul Gallen's the Sharkies man and a New South Wales captain.
But what undies do I put on in the morning when I move up to the Sunshine Coast? I'm moving up to Noosaville.
Let me just remind you.
Who do I go for?
It's called State of Origin.
Okay.
That answers your question.
Thank you, Tim.
Now, I lived in Queensland 20 years and South Australia 20 years. My state of origin is still New South Wales.
Okay.
That's the rules. If you move up here and you jump ship, that's the last time we'll be talking.
I ain't jumping ship. But can we have a word to Bowls Australia? Are allowing Western Australians to represent New South Wales? This is Cody Packer. He's now gone.
Yeah.
Nick Cahill, or Carl, he's a Queenslander playing for New South Wales.
Mm-hmm.
It's disgraceful, but it's not called State of Origin. It's just called New South Wales versus Queensland. So guess what YouTube Live Sports are going to do? We'll bring out a State of Origin, a legitimate State of Origin side. Not that we either will get a representation for New South Wales.
Johnny Price. Ooh.
Close.
Had Ken a little nervous there.
But Boyd will pick him. Boyd will pick himself first. And I was speaking to Tony Scott last night, and he actually used to play bowls over in the US, in the USA.
Yes, he has played in a number of countries, and he's coached other countries too.
So I'd be interested to see who he plays for.
Blows me away what that man has achieved as far as bowls and his assistance to other nations and his assistance to coaching within Australia. Blows me away. Unfortunately, it must have been around that period of time where I wasn't quite into bowls. It was probably that early stage of marriage and everything where that working life and all that sort of stuff takes over. But yeah, he gave me a rundown on some of the things he achieved, and he certainly wasn't blowing his own trumpet, but I was sitting there listening to the tune. I tell you, it was just amazing what he's done. Gary just needing another metre there.
So, Tim, you were talking about in the Queensland Singles Champs on Friday and Saturday, the adjustment for the Queenslanders. They've had a lot of rain. They're used to having slick greens, but they haven't been playing on. They come in here on the woven carpet, and they're really having to change their aiming line. And good effort.
That's perfect from Ken.
See, I'm still trying to learn which team has which bowls.
Okay.
So, apologies, viewers, that I'm coming in late to that. But no doubt Tim will help me.
So the blue bowl's holding shot. That's Gary Hagan's. The orange bowl is Graham Ashcroft's. But here we go. This is why this man is a legend.
Wow, what a bowl.
The girls, they're all cheering here.
What a bowl.
It's looking like it's two down.
So that bowl in the front
So I'm not sure what's going on here. Why is Ken Reid scored a 3 on the previous end? Why is he bowling last? Somehow they've got out of order. Ken Reid's team got a 3 last end.
Unless
But he's
that
bowling last.
that was an incorrect.
You know what happened? The jack got thrown out, and I put money on they didn't correct the... Well, that's good. He's just taken out second shot.
Well, you guess what, Tim? I'm going to
just the one to Russell Jackson's team.
I'm going to get you to go over there and use Auslan. Go on, off you go. Let's see what you've learned in 2 days, eh? You go and tell them that they've gone out of order and the end has to be replayed.
I am not going to go and upset them. Oh, that it's got to be replayed. They can I'll come back with a black eye and a bloody nose.
They can agree to play it as is.
Yeah, I dare say it happened. What happened was I did see the jack go while we're talking. The jack come out.
Yes, it did. Oh, there goes a bottle. Viewers, I wish we had that on camera.
Oh, if that
Tim
was
writes,
on camera.
who has got chronic OCD, and I mean no disrespect to that because my wife has OCD as well. He's knocked his drink bottle with his name on it to make sure it doesn't get confused with mine, and it flipped 6 times and landed standing up. Oh my goodness, we're going to go.
I've just done a bottle flip. If that had been on TV,
we've got to go and buy a lottery ticket because that was incredible. All right, so who's got the long socks?
Okay, so Ellen's got the long socks.
And what bowl is she using?
I didn't get the bowls. I had time to get the 8 players' names, and because none of them have got the hearing aids in, it took quite a while.
Welcome to Hard of Hearing Deaf Bowls Championships, Tim.
It took a little longer for me to collate the information, and I thought I don't need their bowls just now. I want their names. That's all I'm worried about first. I know who's who in the zoo.
Yeah, we do not need to know.
So this is Bob Swatton.
The brand of bowl. Okay.
Bob Swatton's leading for Ken Reid's team.
Interesting way.
And Ken Reid now
there.
they've put the scoreboard to 9-6. So I'm not 100% sure that that's correct.
I see the score at 6-5 on 5 ends.
That's right. So what I'm thinking, the information I got before to say that Ken Reid scored a 3 in the last end. I got a funny feel it was Russell's team that got the 3.
So that's why they've played in that order. So we'll adjust that scoreboard. So it is only a 1-point ball game.
Completely proves that I was wrong and they were correct all along.
A very good man.
And I'm sure there's somebody there that will be able to tell us.
No, it's just Kathy, and Matt at the moment on the chat. So if you do see us making a bit of an error.
Yes, it has happened once before, hasn't it?
Oh, no way. You sure?
No, it did once. Yeah.
Okay, so the leads.
Well, I'm going to follow their scoreboard. That's the safest option.
Well, listen, viewers, they've thrown the jack on the tee, and both of their opening bowls ended up going surfing.
This is that swinger that everyone's fine. So you'll be happy with that, given the way everybody's been struggling on that hand.
So if you just press a little bit of a mute button for me, I'm going to go and see what the leads bowls are using at least.
Yep. So apologies for the scoreboard mistake. I thought it was Ken Reid's team that got the 5, and then I thought they got a 3 after that. Would appear that Russell's team got the 3. It's the trouble. We've got 8 players all wearing Queensland uniforms. I shouldn't try and make excuses, but I will. And, of course, some of these players I've actually spoken to. Some of them I've simply watched the other day. So it is easy to get them round the wrong way. Thanks, Catherine. So, yeah, these long ends are just making it a little bit tricky for everybody. So, Lindy Corey. Linda Corey, sorry. She's watching this one closely. Mr. Jackson, Skipper Jackson's very happy. How'd you go, Matthew?
Very well. And it was actually
Look at this bowl. Have a look at this.
Sue Ellen.
Absolutely beautiful bowl.
I didn't realise that Sue Ellen had put both of her bowls into the Brad Pitt. And we'll talk about Brad Pitt a bit later, particularly on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We're currently using Tim's Skybox, all of Tim's equipment. I was just so blessed that Timmy is up at Wynnum and he had a couple of days, but he did text me a week ago saying, Matty, I think I'm in a bit of trouble. I'm sick and I might not be able to help you out. And I just went, oh, dearie me, how do I go by osmosis and split myself and be in two places, once in Penrith and one in Mooloolaba?
Trust me, the world doesn't need two of you.
Hey, listen, you know,
I'm not waiting until I'm about to leave here. I'm not waiting until later in the week to start sledging you.
When they say they broke the mould when they made me,
yeah,
they did that for a reason.
It was put through the incinerator. Oh, another one has just gone a little too far there.
Never to be released. And my parents had 6 other attempts because I'm one of 9 children. So, you know.
So they had you and had 6 more after you.
Yep. The interesting thing.
I figured they'd get it right soon. Have a look at this. Graham Ashcroft.
Sit and stay.
Has he done enough?
Yes, he has, and the finger goes up.
Yep. Jacko's pretty happy with that.
And look, when
it's hard not to applaud. Like, we're sitting right beside these players. Like, we're no more than 10 metres from.
We're lucky they can't hear us.
John as he bowls that bowl. But it's good to see everybody. Well. Yeah, this is following a very similar line.
Oh, he wants the jack. He's got it. He's eaten all of it, and away
John
he goes.
Price.
What
John
a bowl.
Price. Kenny Reid's happy too.
Oh, wow.
Not only was it good, it dragged the kitty back. Now, despite all the bowls that have gone into the ditch, I'm going to have to just come back a little bit.
You've got to give it a chance, viewers.
Yep.
And he did that.
So his first bowl came through, well, that could be Gary's. Gary...
got a similar...
Gary Hagan and John Price both play for Victoria Point, both wearing Queensland jerseys, say, and they've got the same colour bowls. They make it as hard as you possibly can for a commentator if you're not watching who's who at the time.
Have you been a part of
So they're holding 2 at the moment.
Have you been a part of a 4s or a triples where 2 team members use the set of 4 bowls? They use 2 each.
Yeah, I have seen
It doesn't happen often.
Somebody's borrowing, somebody's to give them a try. And
yeah. Or they've forgotten theirs.
Yes, that's happened.
I've had a couple of mates who have been playing 3-bowl pairs and forgotten to put the extra one in and turned up to play walking pairs, and they've only got 3 bowls because they're playing 3-bowl pairs instead of walking pairs where they need 4.
Yep.
Or
walking pairs is what you call two and walk, we call it. Yep.
Well, look at this bowl.
Yep.
That is an absolute...
Well, it's cut one out. It was close to perfect.
Well, he set it up, though. Look what he's done. He set it up, so he's made that shot bowl jack high.
And he will.
It is a toucher, so that's a 1-2 punch.
Yep.
So this is Ken Reid on the mat.
Yep.
He's not happy. He's already throwing the left arm out. And I believe that's the first of his 2. But you know what? To his credit, he hasn't turned his back on it. He's still watched the bowl. Most people throw their arms up and walk away. You can always learn from a bowl that, okay, here he goes.
He blocked the forehand option, I think.
He's got a great landing here, like the slips cordon. As it comes down, I think he looks a little tight. He's got the hand going through. His speed was pretty good. He might get the friendly Reuben.
No. Ooh, has he pushed that back in for 2 now? Probably not. Ken's just got to be careful not to push the grey bowl at 2 o'clock there. Russell's bowl. He's just got to pray he doesn't promote it.
You know, he's actually got to go for the 6-pointer AFL standard. And I think he's using XGs. And that's called the splice, that type of bowl.
Cautious one there. So 1 to Ken Reid. So this is it, folks. It's the Australian Deaf Games. Just remember, this is only part. What we're watching here is only part of the event that's happening on the Gold Coast. There are other sports going on.
And there are a lot of people from the deaf community here not playing who are supporting their loved ones and all those sorts of things. I know netball's one of the sports. But if you do go onto the Deaf Sports Australia website, you'll be able to see perhaps all of the other matches that are playing. And once again, you've got Timmy Wrightson, Matty Harris, Chicken Legs and Red Bull. And
That's a scary thought, isn't it? Chicken legs and Red Bull.
yep, good combination. And you know what? He got what he deserved, Mr. Fox. He's over on the other ditch rink where the wind's coming in. It's a little bit cold over there because it's a bit of a cooler day here for Queensland. But the amount of sledging that was going on towards my way that I couldn't defend myself, I got him. But I said to him, the photo he sent to me wasn't the best angle. You know when you take a photo from underneath and you can see 6 chins? Well, he had 7. Sorry, Foxy, when you listen to this back.
More chins than a Chinese phone book.
Well, he's been in a good paddock like me, but that's okay. All right,
He's
now.
giving you a bit of stick about your skinny legs.
Oh, mate, they're not that bad. Swellen.
I'd pay good money for legs like yours when you got legs like mine.
Swellen has corrected. Now, I haven't been able to notice.
There's Ben, the assistant's dog, going for a walk.
Yeah, I haven't noticed which end is easier for the leads at the moment. So
Always seems to be going the direction they're going now.
So going away from the club.
Yep. I think possibly, and a few people here have said to me, despite them being here for the deaf games, a few people have said to me they have certainly other issues with their health, whether that's simply a physical ability, like we all do as we get older. Some have a vision issues now as they've got older as well. So maybe going back towards the clubhouse, having that dark background throws people off.
But also for those viewers who have never been to Club Mooloolaba, it's a woven carpet. And it's funny that carpet's woven. But anyway, is that a tautology? Been a while since I've done English. I played strong, played good.
I never done real good at never done real good at England.
But it's an undercover surface. It's not completely enclosed, so the wind does play a little factor. Probably not so much on this ditch rink, which is in the middle of the undercover, but more so over
Good
on
Gary Hagan here.
Oh,
Kenny's happy. Well, how would you be? You Ken Reid, you're standing up there, and the two blokes that played in the grand final of the state singles only 48 hours ago are your second and your third. How would you be as the skip going, easy street?
well,
Easy, we'll stir up
Well-
Ken. Ken's got a great sense of humour. We'll stir him up later and say,
he better.
who did you pay to skip for the two state finalists?
He's got an armchair ride, and imagine the conversation
He is
that they'd
contributing
have.
himself. That's the only reason why I'll stir him up, because I know he is putting in himself. So
Yeah. But folks, we're looking at a 5-7 on 6.
Watch
Anyone's game.
Watch this. I'm backing him in consistency here. You watch this. Be within 2 foot of his previous bowl.
And I believe we have 2 sections.
Can I jinx him? Can I
you
commentator curse him?
2 sections of 7 teams, I think, or maybe 8.
Oh, I'm a little bit out. It's going to be about 3-4 foot.
He's framed
from
it
his
up well.
previous bowl. Yep. He's made it look very unappealing for the opposition.
Well, both hands are now blocked, so they're going to have to arrive and at least promote a bowl through. Who have we got on screen right now, Tim?
This is Linda Corey. Now, she's been asked to come on. She's a left-hander, and she's been asked to come down that hand. I dare say wide. That's for players looking for tips on why skippers call certain shots. There's 2 blue bowls in the way, basically, for anybody on Russell Jackson's team. The whole idea is if you're coming down there, you just want a close bowl. Well, you might as well go near the one that's closest rather than push in the one that's further away. Ken's just indicated to John here. Doesn't matter for him. He's got Gary's bowls on either side coming in, and he's going to do real well and sneak this one. Yeah. Promote Gary's, sit
And
there himself.
That is exceptional because now he's got a very good one shot at least. They're holding a couple, but when you get the bowl directly behind the jack, it makes it that much less inviting. Graham Ashcroft.
put in some rippers with these orange bowls. They stand out. You've got to be good when you've got bright coloured bowls, and he's done very well so far. This will just drop in maybe for second here.
And it has.
Yep, it has. Yep. It was his own bowl he pushed out, so he didn't want to get a little edge of it. Hitting the bowl in the middle just allows your bowl to stop a lot sooner. If you get the edge of somebody else's bowl, you'll see sometimes they can run away another metre.
So this is John Price again.
He's looking better this time.
On the backhand,
Looking
arriving,
better.
getting down,
Yeah.
plants it, and
Gets
sits there with another toucher. Although
a double toucher.
But Tim,
A double toucher. I know he's put it not in a perfect spot,
they've got
but
two, but that is just my eyes be lighting up right now as a third.
yeah, yours would. But you know what? Ken Reid's thinking the same. I've only got to go through the middle, sit that orange out.
I'm not talking about ripping and gripping. He's just asked for a yard of weight.
Let's see what
but
Graham can do.
A yard of weight.
His grass is better.
It's
His
hard to
grass
get
is
your line.
definitely better.
It's
but
not gonna
but he's
get down.
going to get a 6-pointer.
See, that is the tough thing.
Yeah.
To ask for a yard, I find the hardest to get your line.
They're the most rewarding bowls, though.
Just giving them some hand gestures to say well done, because it's good for us, Tim, to give our bowlers feedback, because I have not had one getting in the road.
Yeah.
Now, tell us,
they've been unreal, and in the singles last week, the markers were the only ones that...
So as we're swapping over, you were almost dead last week. How are you feeling? Because I was thinking, how am I going to get to Sydney? Get my cameras all set up.
I had one of those man flus that's worse than childbirth that women don't believe, but I can guarantee you it was. I had one of those. Plus,
Kathy,
I
how
have
is
a
he
few
at
hernia
home?
issues.
Because I know Kathy's your housemate, your flatmate.
In South Australia.
In South
yeah,
Australia.
Mum's got to put up with me up here.
Oh.
And I gave Mum my flu, my man flu. Now she knows what it's like for us blokes.
All right, we're watching Ken Reid. He's using the XG.
Yeah. If he can sit that orange through, he'll have 4. This is the advantage. I know you said your eyes will light up. You and Russell Jackson are thinking the same. But Ken wants that orange through if he can, or he wants to get in Russell's way. This is this side that was catching them all out.
Yep.
Friday, Saturday.
The only
salubrious.
problem, Timmy, for Russell is if he comes through too quick and sits out his orange bowl, they're down a handful right now.
Yeah,
they've only got one bowl in the head, from what I can see. I'm not too sure of those other two blue bowls.
No, the blue bowls.
This is a good cider for him. It's a good cider. Okay, now he's got another one in there. He can now afford to try and get the split on those two.
Yeah, it's still dangerous for him.
Mate, you live once, mate. Have a go.
Have a go.
If we're playing pennant and we're playing 3 teams across the rink, you'd probably play a bit more conservative.
Kenny's just going to hold out. Look, this is what caught everyone out the other day. I came and had a go at myself the other day. Oh, that pushing that black there won't be exactly what...
Any kill is a respot, is that correct? There is no dead ends.
I believe so.
Let's see his line, ladies and gentlemen.
He's going to want to get under that black. That black just got pushed in right in his way. Yeah, I like that call.
He has to go firmer.
I see what he's looking at, yeah.
He has to now go firmer. Can he change on the forehand? No, I think he's going to go backhand.
No, because that's the blue bowl that's short on the other side there. That's that's opposition bowl anyway.
He's done a Jakey Rin. He's not sure. He's trying to find out who's at the back.
Yep.
And I'm sure he's got 3.
Yep, the girls are telling him.
The girls are saying, let it go, sir.
They got 3 at the back, yep. Here we go.
I can't wait. Come on, send it.
The scope has been adjusted. The bazooka is
Here it comes.
being handled.
Your beauty. Woohoo! He's not far off, viewers. He might be getting friendly.
And see, he very nearly took his own 2 out then. Thus the consequences.
Viewers, you didn't get to see the faces of the girls. The lead and the second, they almost jumped off their seat to say, hit it.
Yeah. They were into it.
They were, weren't they?
They love their bowl sitting at the back there. So,
well, because then they come into play, right? Because you know that any bowl on the green, when it's behind the head, is in play.
That's right.
But do you see how he got a filthy Reuben, Wiki, and he could have cannoned into his own 2 and dropped the 5. That's why you've got to be careful. Kathy's using no words now. She's just going for the visuals on the chat, just quietly, viewers. She's got 4 eye rolls for you.
4 eyes?
About 4 eye rolls.
Why? What did I?
Talking about man flu and being sick.
They just don't understand, Matt. They push out a couple of kids and they reckon they're the only ones that know what pain is. Come on.
Easy, Timmy.
Come on,
we
girls.
may have some other mothers on the sorry women.
I'm sure there is.
Sorry, ladies.
I'm sure they've worked me out to know I'm just bantering.
You know what? Let me know. Give me your email.
You're going to do a runner and say, I don't know this Tim.
No, I won't give a
any
runner, but I want
now.
I want them to give me their emails and I'll send them a dartboard with your face on it.
All right, folks, if you're at home watching this, if you're on your TV, you can pretty much ignore this advice. If you're on a computer, an iPad, a telephone, down below where the image that you're watching on the screen, it should say live chat in the little white box. If you press on that white box, go to live chat, you can type in and messages will come direct to us. So if you're at home and you're watching your grandpa from Victoria Point playing for Queensland right now, you can say, "G'day, grandpa, my granddad's Gary or John or whatever." You can let us know. You can let us know what you think of the green, the surface, anything you like, folks. We have an open chat. We just ask that it's respectful and clean language. But, yeah, we always try and interact with the viewers, as most of our regulars do on YouTube Live Sports. So don't be shy.
I'm still in awe.
I'm brave enough to have a go and say that childbirth's nowhere near as painful as a man flu. So.
Oh, Jesus. I'm not going to go anywhere near that. You can hang yourself on that.
Now who's been chicken?
There's a shovel right over there, mate.
Yeah,
you can dig your own grave. But,
look, it's an old joke. That's the only reason why I use it, to be honest.
Of course. Viewers, the leads have totally...
Here's an example of the banter, folks. Kathy's just put a comment in, living with you is more painful than children.
More than childbirth.
Oh, she might mean children in general.
But viewers, our leads have lost the plot.
We're getting a collection of bowls up on the...
One went in the side ditch of the ditch rink, and that doesn't happen often. And there's only one left, and it almost went in. So, poor leads, Bob and Sue Ellen, I think they might be going to the bar very shortly. They're trying their best, but it probably hasn't been their best end to start. There you go. There's the only one on the green.
The second one on. I'm waiting to see some shorter ends. And I wouldn't mind betting when Russell's team when they get the mat.
Well, we have a 9-5.
Sue Ellen will send a short one down.
A 9-5 on 7. What I'm going to do, Tim, I'm going to go and get another one of the draws because there's a couple in there.
Yep.
And I might go and do an around the grounds. Look, I hope you're enjoying the coverage, everyone. We're going to be here till Thursday.
Pretty close there from Linda.
I was going to try and twist Tim's arm to stay for the whole week, but he's got something on Wednesday. What's happening on Wednesday?
Coaching down at Wynnum Club on Wednesday.
And when's your next broadcast outside of the Australian Deaf Games? Have you got another one?
Waiting for confirmation. Yeah, we have another Gateway Champion of Champions coming up. That'll be the 4s. So,
and viewers, just
the poor fella that I was speaking to about that's got a horrible, or had a horrible flu as well at the moment. So
viewers, when you find that your leads miss the mark, the job of the second is to actually go and start building the head. In a moment, Timmy's just going to have a little break. He hasn't had a chance to have much of a break at all. I'm not too sure why our stream is buffering sometimes. We might just have to have a look at the quality of the image that might be being sent out, but we can't do anything about that until after lunch because Tim's come into broadcasting.
After lunch, I can smell barbecue.
Because Timmy came in a bit later after me than broadcasting, I'm a couple of steps ahead. And as Kathy will attest, he's just learned how to spell IT. So I'm very impressed by Timmy. I also had a chat to some volunteers from the Australian Deaf Games. So if you want to come on down and find out about all other sports, they've got a nice entourage of information.
Have a look at this.
Yeah.
Johnny Price. Very, very good.
Okay, so
Sorry,
who
mate.
have we got on? No, mate, you've got to talk over the top of me. But we have got Graham Ashcroft on the mat. And he's
been very steady so far.
They have been. I mean, look.
He's playing the harder hand and he's got to get around that crowd of bowls. So that one's going to run into the
He's ended up in the Brad Pitt in the sand.
So, yeah, not easy for them at the moment, folks, coming that forehand. I think John's got the right plan here. Backhand is certainly an open, it's just a straight open draw in that hand. Well, it is for them because their own bowl's in the way, but if he can get past the bowl at 2 o'clock, he's bang on the money. Or if he fills that gap, and he has, almost. Yeah, I think, Russell's got the right idea here. Switch Graham over. He wants to get just around that last bowl. The ideal scenario to try and cut back a little bit. And he's close. He's close. Watch this hit and sit, folks. He's pushed it through far enough. Got in, yeah. It's just the one.
I believe Ken Reid's put the finger up. But viewers, when you're thinking about people from the hard of hearing community, deaf community, so on the green, we can actually say this much weight we need to hit. They're actually accelerating on their hand gestures,
Yep.
foot placement, and they're very good at all those cues. But for all these bowlers, this is like Christmas in July. They are loving it. The energy from the moment's silence to the team photos, they're really well vested in all of them. Now, the lead, and this is hilarious.
Just got to have to
Bob,
pick up his own bowl.
I can't believe no one else picked it up
No.
from the side ditch because they've said, you know what, that's disgraceful. You've ended up in the side ditch. You get it yourself. But to be fair, there is a foot between the ditch and the peg.
Yeah.
So there's not much margin for error. Have you ever gone in the side ditch from your own hand, or has it been hit in?
I'll answer that question when there's no recording devices nearby. I mean, I've done wrong bias as a Div 1 skip, so I've made plenty of mistakes on a bowling green. If I'm giving anyone a hard time for doing something wrong, it's only because I've had to cop it when I do it, and it's only for a bit of fun.
So Russell Jackson's using an Optima, and you can see he's got a searching weight.
He pushes Graham's in. He didn't lose Graham's. He was quite lucky there.
So if he was playing on his normal club, is their club got grass? Do you know?
Who, Airlie?
Oh, no, that would be synthetic for sure.
I know Victoria Point is grass. That's the only one out of all of those.
Have to be synthetic with the climate they've got up there at Cairns.
Helensvale, obviously, they have a combination. They've got a grass and two synthetics, the same, or two carpets, the same as this. Have a look, Kenny Reid. Is he going to hold out enough? Does he? Oh, he's got to be careful not to move that jack.
Oh.
Yeah,
I think
the orange bowler Graham's might be shot now.
Graham has held the finger up.
Yep.
And it's quite interesting because it's his bowl. It was loud and proud with the finger up
Exactly.
there.
Yep. Exactly. So Russell can just go back to a draw now.
It's all about positional play because
well, you know, he pushed that orange bowl to where it is. So he can take a bit of he's stayed nice and wide out.
Well, what's the rule if you're holding
this
shot? You generally don't cross the head unless you intend to do it.
Exactly.
So where does that one shot take us on the scoreboard?
It's evening things back up a little bit more. That'll take them up to 6.
So, Timmy, you're going to have a quick break?
Yes, I'm just going to go and get some, stretch my back and
go and do what you need to do, and I'll operate different things, and hopefully the coverage
you can see if you can work out my cameras.
Fall apart. Well,
6:09 after 8. So we're past the halfway mark, folks. I'll be back shortly, leaving the capable hands of Matthew.
All right. Just what I needed.
Quiet.
Oh, viewers. Great to have you here. Better get to take position to control some cameras. Very grateful for Timmy. When I was having a chat with Stephen Fox, we actually weren't going to be broadcasting the Deaf Games because there was no money. There's minimal money at the moment, but they basically all do it self-funded. And Timmy just showed me a bag of prizes that we'll give out for your most valuable player. So at the moment, it looks like it's going to be Kathy or me deciding. So home viewers, if you are wanting to let us know who you think the most valuable player is of this match, we have a couple of merch. YouTube Live Sports merch, actually. I have the Car Smelly cardboard, which works well for me. and will let us know who your player of the match. Definitely the leads are preferring this way because we've had a couple of Barry Crockers going the other way, and well done. We had a Mr. Chalky. Yeah, well led. So our seconds are now on the mat. And we're on the left-hand side. Give us a wave up there. And at the moment, Linda is looking like she's perhaps going to come down on her left hand on the forehand. Nothing wrong with the bowl behind. There's Gary Hagan. On the forehand. A good home there. Always in play, bowls behind the head. Linda Corey. Nice and well balanced on the mat. Tracking well. It's just going to cut under and find the hole. Still another bowl on the head. Well done. Gary Hagan. On the forehand. Pendulum swing. Believe that's a little high for the weight that he's using. Maybe he was looking to try and sit and stay. This is Graham Ashcroft from the Woodgate Beach. From listening to Tim's coverage of the Queensland F Bowl State Championships, that hand is holding a little bit more, but he's finished in a good home. And you can see Ken Reid is asking for John Price to just try and split those two. He's in a good area. Is it going to duck, or is he picking up the jack? Yeah, good weight. And very, very happy with that positional play. And I think Russell has just asked Graham to put that one back. Let's see how his memory goes. Doesn't want to sit it too close jack high to allow this. He wants to get behind or really get back to that centre line. Well, that won't change the shot. Actually, it has. Ken Reid asking John Price to be a little bit more direct with his line and a little bit more attitude. He doesn't like it. It's just going to cut on him. Interesting to see what bowl he's using. They do look like SRs, maybe SRVs, but we'll go down and have a look. I've done enough broadcasting now over sort of 16, 17 months in playing bowls for over 4 decades to know how bowls will finish, even though this surface is a little bit different. The friction and the mechanics and the sports science behind things is still pretty much the same. Big crowd here. Come on down to Club Mooloolaba if you're in the area. Very meditative, very calm and soothing, this energy here, even though there's a lot of competitiveness. But I somehow think that an hour and a half isn't probably going to be enough time for us to get through 14 ends. And they may adjust that because there is 10 minutes left in the time frame scope of things. So I doubt we'll get through our ends. So it will be generally when that buzzer goes, you finish the end you're playing. A bit like when they play cricket and they make sure they wait for the umpires to get in position and then they take the bails off. Oh, good bowling. They're holding a couple. Skipper Ken Reid needs to make some impact. He is playing a more direct shot. His line's very good. Is the XG going to get down? It's got to let go now. Viewers, is he going to get the 6-pointer? And he just gets one out. But I don't know if he's done enough. It could be 2. And it is 1 and maybe a measure. Great effort. Great execution. Well done. All righty. That was important. Now, I believe that shot, he took it out to give them a one-shot, additional one-shot advantage.
Been changed.
I thought it would be back to 12 ends. We changed everything for the 14.
And we still won't get them in.
Yeah. So we have now moved the total number of ends now down to 12. Those viewers, that's how much time we have left. And they'll probably get this end done and one more. So knowing that this is 2 ends to play, I can tell you that the Russell Jackson side is going to need to score. They are 4 down on the 10th end. Timmy's taken away my my listing of the players playing, so I've got to go off memory. But my apologies that I can't call the bowlers by name. It's interesting watching the players on the mat as they have body language that tries to move and swerve and all those types of things. We're just trying to get a bit more of a closer option of these players. We are only a one operator of the cameras. And depending on which direction the players move, left or right, as we've got a lovely bowl coming in. You can see why he's played awesome in the singles. And that they've winning on the scoreboard at the moment. You've got the two finalists playing in one side. Puzzled look. He's trying to make sense of it all. You're back from your moonwalk. I believe you've got an update from maybe around the grounds.
Around the grounds, yeah.
It's gone to 12 ends. I did show the shot, and they will struggle to get through 12 as well.
Yeah.
But it's all about a learning curve.
And that will come. They'll realise that. If that's the case, they're going to realise that a lot of the time this is going to happen, so they'll start planning their game a little differently. The strategy will change, knowing that it is hard to get through that many ends.
Well,
just quickly, folks.
100%. And look, we were looking at the deaf community as well, so they do take a little longer,
Yep.
but not by much. But so this is the second to last end for this rink. However, I'm not sure if they all then look at who got through what ends or that result stands on that end. You know what I mean? They don't go, we're going to play the 10 ends.
I think they'll simply go by the score that each rink, because
rather than the end they get to.
Yeah. To give you a rundown, folks, we're streaming on Rink 8. On Rink 9, we have Victoria versus Victoria after 9 ends. Victoria 1 and Victoria 2. Victoria 2 has a 10-3 lead. In Rink 10, WA and New South Wales, the score's 8-7 to New South Wales after 9 ends. On Rink 11, ACT is losing 4-12 to WA. That's also completed 9 ends. Rink 12, Queensland's playing the New Zealand representative team. New Zealand's got the lead there, 11-7. Rink 13, we have the bye.
Oh, they'll have a win.
Yes, so the team from each pool has a bye at the moment.
Okay.
And on Rink 14, Prue's team, for those of you who remember Prue, that's the 16-year-old who's won a national medal, the youngest national team member at 16 years of age. Queensland is leading 6-5 on 7 over Victoria.
So, Tim, we look at the state of play here. If we get back to my list of my players, we do have Russell Jackson's team down. They lost by another shot. So if we have a look to see the skippers, the play we go, thank you. I was trying to use my memory, but at 56, my memory's starting to fade. But the team which has John Price and Gary Hagan, the finalists from the Queensland singles,
Yep.
they picked up another one. So with 2 ends to play, Russell Jackson needs to score. I reckon they'll get one more in.
I don't know that they will. There's 4 bowls to go in 2 minutes.
Well,
I dare say this will be the final end. So Russell's going to need a 4, isn't he?
If I was Ken Reid, I'd be spending a bit of time on the mat.
Take your time.
Well,
Listen
no.
to you and your gamesmanship, you cheeky bugger.
Well, as soon as that buzzer goes.
Yep, 1 minute's just clicked over to 1 minute, folks. So Russell's going to need a 4 to draw here.
And
on
Russell's
this end.
going, how can I manage
And
this?
he's down by the looks of it, because those blue bowls will be either Gary's or John's.
Well, this is the thing, and I'm glad to have. You probably told me that, but I couldn't register that both those bowls are those fellas.
The 2 blue bowls are the 2 grand finalists, Gary and John.
So I wouldn't be surprised here to see Russell play a bit of weight.
He is
needs
right
to try
now.
and sit that bowl. He needs to get connection. He's not far away. Man.
So he's got one bullet left. So all the players, as I was walking across the green, Matt, I could hear the players telling each other only 4 minutes to go. So they realised the importance of most of them are going to get a finish around that 10-end mark.
Well, we've got actually
one
this
rink.
morning, this afternoon and tomorrow morning of all the rounds. So it's actually, I think it's a straight final with who finishes first, and then it might be...
Yeah, it'll be the winner of Group 1, winner of Group 2.
And then I think there's a bronze medal for the two runners-ups in both of the sections.
First place first, second place second.
So it is 7 rounds. So there's a bye round, so there's 6 games that each of the teams are playing.
Each team in each pool.
Well, I'm going to...
Yeah, we're down to 25 seconds and 1 bowl remaining, so he's...
So let's have a look at the Hail Mary. And any of those who are
he's
religious...
He's walking down there now, and he's got
smart.
4 fingers in the air. He's saying, we need 4 with this last bowl.
Yep.
And I tell you what, from what I've seen, Russell would definitely be one of the blokes you'd want in this position if you're 4 down. He's now looking and saying, where him and Graham?
That's our view. We are now down.
That's the end of the game, folks. Nobody can start another game.
So let's have a look at this head, Tim. Where can he get the shots?
I can't see. Llewellyn's just in the way of that side bit there.
Well, this is where we then bring in the other shot of
Okay,
the other
over
camera.
here. Over there. That's where. So on the right-hand side of your screen...
He needs jack movement.
Sorry, on the left-hand side of your screen, folks, is where the jack needs to go. He's doing it in the right direction.
Just not going to get back.
He's only half a foot too wide.
So, viewers,
Very
I believe
close
it is a win to Queensland.
And you know what? Queensland's runner-up as well.
And I believe they've dropped 4. And what we are doing is giving you the thumbs up and clapping and all those sorts of things. But I believe
you know what I learned in sign language? I know what that means. Do you know what that means?
Yeah, you're telling me to get stuffed.
No, that means I'm available.
Oh! And the viewers are wondering, are you available?
So the
I didn't know.
So viewers, most of you probably are people who have some sign language abilities. If you do that rude sign where you raise your middle finger towards somebody, if you do 2 of them and you move it in a circular motion, that means you're available. And it doesn't mean available in a relationship way necessarily. It just means the word available, I believe.
Look at the camaraderie. They are laughing.
There's plenty
they're
of fun.
shaking hands. They're enjoying themselves.
So
They're doing well.
A victory to Ken Reid's team. So Bob Swatton was lead, Gary Hagan second, John Price third, and Ken Reid was the skip. So they've had a win over Llewellyn Tappenden, Linda Corey, Graham Ashcroft and Russell Jackson, who did themselves very proud. We, in the next game, will have Team Ravledge and Team Michael Barker. Looking forward to having the president of Deaf Bowls Australia playing on the live stream rink in the next game. Don't go away, folks. There'll be a short 10-minute turnaround right now.
And a big thank you to Club Mooloolaba, Bowls Paradise, and of course you're watching the Deaf Sports Australia run Australian Deaf Games, Lawn Bowls Championships, and we are here until Thursday, although Tim will be heading off to do other things, and I'm very appreciative. I've got him more than I actually thought. Now, if we just bring up that little logo that we've got, Tim, that will be back shortly. I'm not too sure
Which
where
one?
that one is. You know, the one with the split one for us.
That one?
And the other little one. That one. There we go. All right, viewers, we're going to have a quick little break, and I'd imagine they're looking at a 15-minute
at
or
the most.
So.
Yeah, they'll be just. The good thing is they've only got to finish the other rinks. Looking across the grounds now without glasses, Matty, I don't know how your eyesight goes, but we've got a lot of people standing in front of scoreboards. The one that I'm concerned about, the second rink in rink 10, it's now 10-7 to New South Wales over WA. Rink 9 skipped out. Victoria 2 is beating Victoria 1 12-3. So Victoria 2, big win there. 10-7 on the next rink.
Did New South Wales get up? Did they get up?
And the next rink, that's the one I'm keen on.
There's no bias here, mate. We've got one New South Wales team. Go the Blues.
14. Rink 11, 14-4 WA over the ACT. New South Wales, yes, does look like they've got up.
Tell me,
On rink 12.
I believe we've got a Victorian on our next live stream. Michael Barker
Yes.
is going to be on, and he's playing against David Ravlich. Where is David Ravlich?
We haven't got.
We haven't got their state,
the
have we?
states on the. What they've done, they've given us a draw, folks, with the
Well, hang on, we can work it out.
Only.
Who's on rink 10 right now? Which states are on rink 10?
Rink 10 is New South Wales and WA.
So it could be WA taking on Victoria or New South Wales taking on Victoria.
It will. We'll get those.
Hey, I believe Western Australia dropped maybe 2. It might have been a New South Wales win.
They had a big, healthy lead.
Oh, did they?
No, you're getting mixed up with the other WA team, sorry.
I can see that.
Rink 12. It looks like that one finished at 11-8. So New Zealand beating Queensland 11-8 on rink 12. WA beating ACT on rink 11. New South Wales beat WA on rink 10. And Vic 2 beat Vic 1. And I can't see... I'll go and have a squiz, mate.
That's all right. What we'll do is we'll also make sure that we, as Timmy goes off to do...
No.
We'll actually...
That was you.
We're back. We're pressing the wrong buttons. We've done the old switcheroo. I'm now on the left and Tim's on the right. Tim's just going to go and have a look to see if we can just give you some live scores. Very close game on rink 14. Victoria versus Queensland. And look, my eyes can't see that far. And as Kathy has said, we are both of a similar age, so our eyesight, unless we've got binoculars, we can't see that far. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Thank you. So, the rink that match-up that Timmy's going to see is Victoria v Queensland, and it's a very close finish. But viewers, there's about a 15-minute gap between the next matchups, and I'll start to vary our scoreboard again as Tim tells me how things are going. But thanks for watching. We appreciate it. Lots of hugs, lots of cuddles, lots of handshakes, great camaraderie. The matchup that Tim is looking for is Mr. Stephen Fox, who's been a big part of bringing this all to life for the Deaf Sports Australia Championships. And he's just congratulated Prue, our youngest player here from Team Victoria, 16 years young. She might be 17 now. And I believe we've just had Timmy arrive.
They've just had a ripper game over on rink 14.
Well, that was Prue, who's 16, and Foxy, who's our coordinator.
Yes.
What happened?
It was 6-5 going into the last game.
To who?
Queensland's way.
So Queensland were up with one end to play by one shot.
And they scored another one.
Wow.
They started the game 4-0 down. So from 4-0 down, they've come back and won 7-5.
Well, what a tight match.
Yep. And they would have completed 9 ends.
Okay.
That was the 9th end that they just finished there. So some great results.
I wouldn't think gamesmanship's going to come into it here as far in slow play. You're going to probably see in this hour and a half around 9 to 11 ends probably being played. I'd imagine it's going to be very difficult to get 12 ends done in an hour and a half. But look, it just all depends on closeness of games. And well done. And look, when we do get a point score of the two different sections, we'll let you know.
Yeah.
Because as we know, it's first past the post, but we've got 4 rounds today, so we'll be pretty much well rehearsed in where things are by 4:30 this afternoon.
Yeah, well, after the lunch break, we'll at least be able to give you an update how everyone's gone. And first is the ironic thing. Now, this is one of those weirdisms that I have. The person that's on the bottom position on the scoreboard out on the ground, every single rink, the team on the bottom of the scoreboard won.
Well,
Means absolutely nothing other than the fact that I've noticed it.
I ain't superstitious, but I'm not surprised that you noticed that. That's normally with ADHD, I notice that, but it doesn't compute. I see 1,000 things.
Yeah. I got a funny feel. I'm just looking at a comment here and it says, watch the game. He was on live stream. Shocker. I better know what you two have been talking about.
I know I have given Kathy no prompts.
She doesn't need any if it comes to heckling me.
I saw it and ignored what she was saying.
What she's talking about is the day the ladies took over the live stream.
Yes.
And I was on.
Oh, I heard. I watched it.
Yes, it was a Barry Crocker. Barry Crocker, folks.
You can't delete that footage. That's hilarious.
Oh, I know a bloke who knows a bloke.
Well,
and his name's Happy. I'll get that game deleted.
All I can say is I went and watched a bit of our old game from when we first met.
From you and I, yeah.
Hilarious. We were robbed.
We were.
And for those who don't know...
That was the first time Happy tricked us. He's been tricking us ever since.
We were at Club Mudgeeraba, or Mudgeeraba, however it's said.
Mudgeeraba, yep.
And
after torrential rain,
the lights were on. We both had to win to get through to the next round of the Australian Open, and we drew. And the team that was hoping we drew, we drew. So we both got knocked out. But look, and then we actually because we were playing as singles, and then we played in the fours, and we got a win with 2 blokes who were 80 plus.
Yep.
And they were loving it. One was Victorian, and another one I think was a Queenslander. I'm not sure, but I've got a wonderful photo of us with the scoreboard, and that's what it's all about: connection and cool. But how are you feeling after the singles, my friend? You were here for obviously Friday
really
and Saturday, and
just met some of the loveliest people. There's a lot more people here today. Obviously, we've got the same amount of rinks going. Yeah, I thought you might, Kathy. We've got
saying that
basically four
saying
times
that she's
as
got the footage backed up.
Yeah, she'll have a USB.
We've got to remember sometimes, Timmy, people haven't got the comments up, so they don't know what you're saying, but that's okay. But yeah, so you had a wonderful time. But tell me, you were here for the briefing for today. Yesterday.
Yes, yesterday they had like a mini opening ceremony where they explained,
and they got you, and you got up there and told
everything.
Them
yeah, just
the way to do things here.
Yeah, well, Michael and Stephen hosted the greeting. It was a welcoming
Michael
to
Barker,
everybody.
the president, and Stephen, I think, is the secretary.
Yep, president and secretary. So they ran through, rules and events and who's got to be here when, conditions of play, all the rest of it. And then we just outlined, try to get folks as much as you can. For those of you who are viewing now, try and tell your clubs, your club mates, your family, your friends, the more support we can get for this live stream, it doesn't benefit Matt and I in any way, shape or form. It gives the deaf bowlers the exposure that they're looking for so that they can somehow try and get a little more support for these events. It's very difficult for some of these players. Some of them are telling me they've paid $3,700 to be here, plus there'll be a family member.
Wow.
So that's accommodation, airfares,
incredible.
For a couple or for a mother-daughter. And all of these people are paying all of this money out of their own bank account, folks. So try and get behind. The more you support them, the more exposure we get. That passes on to the organisation and any organisations that want to sponsor. If you are in a position and you would like to contribute to the sponsorship of this live streaming here, you can contact myself through Border Sports Live Facebook page or Matt Harris through his Facebook page. If you'd like to do some sponsoring, it'd be fantastic. I tell you what we'll do. If we can get a company that says, yep, we'll put your logo up on the screen, folks. If you have a business and you'd like to donate $100, Matt and I will make sure that that goes directly to prize money for Best on Ground, or we'll hand it over to Deaf Bowls Australia so that they can give out maybe a bit of prize money to the winners. And if that means some people get $25 each, they will take it absolutely gladly because of the cost and the expense. So there's a challenge to any people out there that would like to sponsor. As you can see, we have advertising on the screen all the time. Great way for you to get involved, get your name out there. You could have a hearing aid business, you could have a motel, you could just have a fish and chip shop. It doesn't matter what you are. Coca-Cola, I don't care how big or small the company is. If you'd like to contribute, we'd love to pass on any money that you spend. We will make sure that you get advertising, and also that the players get the benefit of your sponsorship. So.
And viewers, I've just been playing with a little bit of characters that I'm trying to bring in for Timmy's coverage. So just bear with me as I try and
your coverage. I'm just helping out, mate. when it goes pear shaped, trust me, it's your coverage. You're just you know. Now, I'm going to go and get some names of players that are playing in this next game.
Go for your life,
That's
my
me
friend.
on the left, mate.
All right. Once again, thank you for Club Mooloolaba for supporting us. Terrific work. Matches all been played here until Thursday. And then they have some practice games for the national side on Friday. And thank you to Bowlers Paradise. They've also been able to help with some of the costings involved in the fixed costs, in fact, that go to trying to broadcast. As you can imagine, it's not cheap driving from Sydney and then getting back to Sydney on Thursday. And pretty much Timmy and I are giving of our time and our knowledge and everything else. And we do really love it, and we wouldn't do it if we didn't enjoy it. So no pats on the backs here. It's all for the good of bowls. Now, we've got a cracking game. It does look like that David Radlich is from Western Australia. I remember David from last year's National Championships and Michael Barker. With a bit of luck, Timmy is getting the type of bowls that the players are using. And as I suggested to Timmy, just give your notepad to the skipper and they will write down the names and perhaps the bowls that are being used. Now, very thankful to Timmy for him supplying all the gear for today. I have got my car full of all of my equipment, and I will be accessing that all tonight. So if you're used to having more of the animations and all those sorts of things, I will be loading them onto Tim's Skybox, but we haven't got that ability there just yet. All right, just they're off. Well, round two, ladies and gentlemen, on the Australian Deaf Games Championship Lawn Bowl Fours. There's David on the screen. Now, we have a Rodecaster Duo sound system, and I don't think, and Kathy, you wouldn't be surprised that we have the sound system. Great work.
Coburn, not Cockburn.
You just said that on the stream. It's Coburn. They're not from Cockburn, they're from Coburn. And Michael Barker, these two larrikins, they're watching me. Yes, viewers. G'day, Carl Anderson. Is there a draw? I'm going to take a photo of it and post the draw for you. It will be like, it'll have numbers, so you'll have to identify the hieroglyphics of that. But it is game on. And we have got our, I'm just trying to work out whether or not there are going to be any trial ends or they're straight into it. I would think they're straight into it. Because there'd be one trial end and away they go. And I believe we're straight into it. And the skippers aren't moving, so we are definitely game on. Victoria versus Western Australia. And Timmy's going to bring back the notepad. He's actually just trying to get who's using what bowl. So it's time to let our bowlers become rock stars. Looks like there's a family come all the way from WA, unless it's a brother. And they're locals. We'll soon find out. And I might even have a chat with them on the live stream. We'll see how we go. Great start by the Leeds. Very good bowling. They're trying to work out who's going to come and talk to me. Okay. We don't know you're at work. Great start by them. School holidays, obviously enjoying themselves. All right. So we have Team Victoria taking on Team WA at the National, or the Australian Deaf Games Championships. It's not the Nationals, it's just the Deaf Games, which we're really wrapped. So, Carl, we will get a draw up for you. I just need to take a screenshot of it and go from there. I preferably get sent the draw electronically, but it might just be a photo. Here comes our gentleman from WA. He's leading. Got a fixed stance. And it looks like it's his first time, and it has just stayed in. Wow. He walked the tightrope. He won't take that much grass again, I hope. But I'm not too sure if he's been on the ditch rink before, but that almost went in the drink. All right. Seconds. Our seconds turn. And I will get their names when Timmy arrives. Our seconds. Bowl on its way. A fairly long length to play, and you can see that the players who haven't been on this districts are really thinking from tee to tee that they have to go that wide, and you can see that they don't need to. They've got to probably take a metre of less grass, but we'll go from there. And it's a welcome back to Tim, who's been on a information collection session.
Yeah,
and we've got,
good.
all I know, we've got WA taking on Western Australia.
WA is Western Australia, but they're taking on Victoria.
Sorry, Victoria. You know what? That's the ADHD, because Kathy has sent a message to say that, we've got the draw.
Yep. I will, Kathy. I'll send a photo of that and I'll send it through to you shortly. It may or may not help us because the draw only has surnames on.
But it's got, as I mentioned to Carl Anderson, I'm sure they can work it out depending on the numbers and the colour coordination and all that sort of stuff. So what I might do, Kathy,
I'm pretty sure that draw, Carl, I'm pretty sure the draw would be on the Deaf Bowls Queensland page.
I might have a look anyway. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap seats with you, and you get back to coordinating your cameras. I'm happy to do it all.
You're right.
But I reckon at the moment, while we get this game started, you've got the players, and you can introduce who is what and where. But actually, let's do that before we swap positions. So
I won't go and get scores from the other rinks till all the seconds get up there and actually attend to the scoreboards.
So can you tell us who's part of Team WA, please?
So WA team today, folks. The lead is Ross Herring. Second is George Ravlich.
And on the screen we have...
Third is Kate Leese.
So Kate Leese is on, and she, I think, was the female national champion in singles. She featured in every final.
Oh, wow.
At Club Charleston, so she can bowl.
Yep.
And the skipper, David Radlich.
So you've got David and George Ravlich playing in this game. So
and which club are they from,
The
mate?
Ravliches are from Cockburn.
No. I'm so glad you said that. It's Coburn.
Coburn?
No. It's Coburn. I kept saying
potato
Cockburn.
cake, potato Costello.
No. It's not potato, tomato. I got in trouble. Our YouTube might get us. It's Coburn.
Oh, okay.
David,
yes.
if you watch this back, it's Timmy being naughty, not me.
Okay, so we have the Ravliches from Coburn. Kate Leese, she plays at the Eton Club. And Ross Herring is from Mundaring.
And the Victorians
are
where
in
from?
WA.
What are they
So
doing?
the lead for Victoria, we've got Paul Williams from the Burwood District, Natasha Hogan from Birchip, and Corcoran. She's from,
Yeah.
it's an
Good luck
Aboriginal
reading the
community. I might need Kathy's help with this one.
Yakin.
Yes, and it's written in somebody else's handwriting, not mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All good.
Yadalada.
No, you might have to type it in the chat.
Yeah. And the skipper for the Victorian team is, of course, Michael Barker from Whittlesea Club, who is the president of Deaf Bowls Australia. Now, both these teams lost their previous games. Michael's Victoria 1 team, they lost by a fair bit to Victoria 2. And the WA team in the first game... the WA team lost by 2.
Well, just to let you know, viewers, as you can see on the screen, the bowls generally look like they've fallen out of a helicopter and landed on the green. There've been no trial ends for them here. They're going straight in, so they're on the TV rink. So there could be a couple of little nervous energies around, knowing that they're on the TV rink, because, as you know, this is all in history, and you will see that I can tell you, knowing these players, both David and Michael are very substantial, effective bowlers. That's why they are skipping. So look for them to see where they did it. And already Michael Barker has come down and got a toucher. And we'll bring out Mr. Chalky, because he's come out and said, right, I'm going to draw a shot. All right. This is David Ravlich, very established bowler himself in the championships of nationals, and no doubt he'd be wanting to try and add a Deaf Sports Australia title to his regime. That's a bit of a feeler there at the moment. Not surprised to see him go in the Brad Pitt. Here comes Michael. Used to play Premier League and all those sorts of things for Lee Schreiner.
He was also a teacher for 30 years before deafness changed his life substantially.
Absolutely. Look at him. He's in the area again. Look, he's coming from good form from the Australian Open. And welcome to all of our viewers again. And we will get the draw up, and I'll get Tim onto that. And we've done the introduction, but here comes David Redlich again. Looking like I don't know actually who's holding second shot at the moment.
Yeah, it's going to take us a little while. This bowl's only just going to miss.
From that weight, I would suggest he's only down 1.
Victoria's claimed
he's down 3.
Victoria's claimed a 3 there.
See, I wouldn't have been
WA's claimed a 3.
I wouldn't have been as... No, Victoria have claimed a 3.
Well, that means both ladies had their fingers upwards, so let's wait to see what they do on the scoreboard.
Yeah, no, sometimes they get themselves a little bit out of sorts, like I do often.
Yes, it was Victoria that got the 3. Even the jack roll, mate, you can just see the moment it leaves leaves the bowler's hand. This one's going to stop between the tee and the ditch. So we'll get some other scoreboards. How about I see if I can get an electronic copy of that rather than a photo?
Do
for
so.
Kathy.
If
Yeah.
not, it doesn't matter. I can deal with
I think
a screenshot of
if
it.
I get an electronic copy, send it to Kathy. She'll PNG it, and maybe only if you're able to, Kathy.
There's a will, there's a way. All right. As we've found on our first match, the leads really struggled by going tee to tee on a green that's quite slick. And I wouldn't be surprised to see our lead from WA. Timmy gives me my scripting. I'll be able to work out who's what. And that is Mr. Ross Herring. Okay. Matt is right on the back of the tee. And well done to Paul Williams. There is Ross Herring sending his second of 2 attempts. And he's done well. All righty. We've got Mr. Pete Dingle. I love that surname.
Oh,
You would your mates would have had fun with you at school with the surname like that, eh?
lots of nicknames.
Show us your Dingle. All of that.
There's so many, mate. I'm not going to go there.
Hey, so what's your role here, Pete? Because I'm obviously just blowing in from Sydney and I'll be here for 4 days, so we'll get to know each other. But what are you doing here?
I'm the umpire here for the weekend.
You know, just adjust the headset. Just push. You should be able to push that. Anyway, can you hear it? You good?
Yep.
Okay, just
Gotcha.
Anyway. So you're the umpire?
I'm the umpire. I'm started here on Friday afternoon.
So you're not from hard of hearing and deaf bowls, except maybe selective hearing?
I'm not, mate. Yes.
I have selective hearing too, but that doesn't count as a
It's a
disability.
good role. Yeah. There's an interesting part. I don't know if you spoke about it.
No. I have only been. Tim and I have just been trying to get our landscape and our compass adjusted to having 2 of us here. But go for it.
But the rule is also the rule for in Australian Open. This one here that they cannot wear their hearing aid.
Yep.
Which I find pretty crazy. Someone made the analogy the other day: if you wear glasses, you should take them off to play. Why would you?
Yeah.
Here, why would you take your hearing aids out? But
We have
Well-
spoken about, and we've spoken to players and so forth. They're talking about equity mainly, because there's varying degrees of hard of hearing and hearing. So those who have got some hearing might be getting a benefit out of that. But interesting for the development of inclusivity and to see how we should do things. So I'm sure that's going to be chatted about again
Yeah, for
post
sure.
this, because we're bringing to you and to the viewers, to the deafness community, and because it's becoming not mainstream, but at least it's a good conversation to have.
yeah, and the quality of the play is pretty outstanding.
Oh, how
Friday,
have you had any immersion, or is this your first experience with deaf bowls?
first? Yes.
I had Club Charlestown last year for the national championships, and I was like, oh, my jaw was still dropped on the ground.
Yep.
The quality is incredible. They had the first time they've had in the AO a hard of hearing section, and Michael Barker, who's on this rink for Victoria, who's the president of Deaf Bowls Australia, won that inaugural title.
Wow.
So we've got quality.
We have got quality. Yes.
And the other skip on this rink at the moment, Mr. David Ravlich, he also, I think he either got runner-up or won the national title last year. So tell me the normal rules of bowls of play. other than just the hearing aids and so forth?
Pretty much. On Friday, they said that there was no player movement to the head.
Yes.
I thought, okay, if that's your rule, I'll look at it.
I think they're just trying to quicken up
We
play,
had-
but it
but
makes
we
it
had
hard.
plenty of time.
Yeah, I know you did. I watched the coverage.
Every game finished within 30 minutes of the clock.
What they'll do is they will evaluate. They're very good at making sure they try and bring the best in it. But like most things, there's too many Chiefs and not enough Indians. Well, you know what it's like at a bowling club, right?
Yeah.
You got people sitting there with their beer in hand, ripping into the guy maintaining the green, and they've all got a viewpoint. Deaf bowls community, sadly, not as many, which is good, but they're still there.
That's society.
Of course it is,
like,
isn't it?
you're always going to get the percentage.
And
But
look,
apart from all that, they all understand the rules. They know what's going on. It's good. The only different thing is I got to remember to put the flashing light on 10 minutes prior to finish time.
well, that gives them the notification of
Yep.
how long's left. Now, they did talk about trying to have 14 ends, but they didn't get through 10.
No.
The play is generally slower that I'm aware of because they're obviously using hand gestures and those sorts of things. So sometimes it takes a little bit longer for the skipper to say, this is the shot I want, because they've got to use
That's right.
those things. So that's one of the differences that I see in the deaf community or the hard of hearing when they're playing bowls. And look, the good things, viewers, is in the Deaf Sports Australia games, lawn bowls is the only sport being live streamed. And the reason they asked us why? Well, because I met these guys last year and said, and Stephen Fox approached me and said, Matt, would you come up and stream it? I said, of course, we'd love to do it. And then Tim, who's moved up here for 3 months, while he plays bowls at Wynnum or wherever else and he's streaming, was fortunately here. But tell me what brought you to bowls.
I had a mate who kept on saying you should play bowls, and he kept on telling me for about 10 years. I eventually retired and played bowls.
And now you're thinking,
And
I wish I
now
started 10 years ago.
I'm addicted.
I'm the same. I'm a bowls tragic.
Yeah. So I got into bowls, obviously into the umpiring, which is a new level of addiction
Oh,
because you can see what's going on.
it's a great insight into the sport, isn't it?
Yeah, for me, there's no grey. It's black and white. I've come up from a training background. I used to do driver training and all that type of thing. So Tim was the same. He was in the forces, and there's no grey. So to be an umpire, it's either in or it's out.
So when you're umpiring your own club and you've got an opponent and you can see the stickers on the bowl, I know you're impartial, but there must be a time you think, oh, it's close. It's a 50-50. Yeah, home side.
Never, honestly.
I know that. I'm stirring you because I've had 30 years of officiating as well, and sometimes I might go, oh, come on. It's a bit like when we used to watch State of Origin and Barry Gomersall was there from Queensland, and he would be doing that. Oh, my gosh. And then there was Michael Stone or Greg Hartley and just those referees, and because they were from that state, they said, oh, of course they're going to get the 50-50s.
But it really, with umpiring in this, there's no bowls, there's no colours. You just make the call of what's in front of you.
Which is great.
And you just roll it out.
All right, I think you might be required. All right, well, look, thank you, Peter, and we really thank you for your time. And there you go, a nice insight into umpiring. And thank you, Pete Dingle, really appreciative of that. Now, I'm not too sure how many... Girls, did you see how many shots that was? Was that... How many did Victoria get? Did you know? Just one. Thank you. Sorry, when you get disturbed by lots of different things. So it looks like Team Victoria are up 4-0 on 2. And I believe that the jack has been rolled by Paul Williams just a little bit too far. This is Ross Herring. And we will talk about the strategy and the tactics and all of those sorts of things. But right now, we're just trying to get the best of our coverage for you as far as letting you know points table and where the standings are, and we'll do our best to do that, of course, for you. There's a starter, Paul Williams, and unfortunately the skippers haven't written down the type of bowls that the players are using. It's not too much, it's not too problematic. No doubt if you're a big fan of bowls, you can tell that these bowls are XGs, and these are being used by Ross Herring from Mundaring. I think Paul is also using an XG. A good start there. So far, Team Victoria seem to be in control. And it's up to Ross and George, the father and son combination, to try and bring back the Victorian start. Ross just looking for a slight correction on his line and his length, and he's done well. Just got to finish, and well done. Great bowl. Fabulous work. This is Natasha Hogan representing Team Victoria. Michael Barker showing his appreciation. She's just short of being effective. So this is the father and son combination. This is George Ravlick. He's from Coburn. He's on the forehand. Line slightly high, but it does get back from there. And look, he's almost back to the centre line. Yeah, well done. Just got to adjust his weight for the next one. Natasha with her second attempt. I tell you, she's not far away here. Well done. Still Team WA holding one. Lovely bowling. Well done, Team Victoria. I should say Team WA. That was George Ravlick. So it's the third's turn. This is Anne Corcoran, representing Team Vic. Fair effort. That's third shot. According to no stranger to the live stream in Deaf Bowls is Kate Lease. She featured heavily in our coverage from Club Charlestown, which you can find on YouTube Live Sports. If you just type in Bowls Action or Deaf Bowls, you will see all of the games we have ever streamed, and it will only get bigger, the library. Okay, what can Anne Corcoran do? She's actually doesn't have to do much of a correction. Right-hander on the backhand. Don't think it's going to get back from there. Just a little touch on her own. That is a fair effort. Well done. Right, notice that Kate has moved to the left side of the mat just to try and change the angle of the way that the bowl releases and lets go. Just got to get down. That's very good bowling. These players have adjusted very quickly. There is a breeze that's coming through from our undercover area, and I do believe it is, as you can see on the screen, it's coming from left to right. We are on the furthest part away from the opening. We're in the middle of the undercover, but the players are feeling like it's winter. All right, let's see Michael Barker's setup. All right, he's looking like he's choosing to go on the forehand. Oh no, he's moved his foot to go backhand, I think. He's gone backhand. And you're seeing him just trying to arrive using his teammate's bowl. The second. Oh, he is close. Gets... Oh! They say that's called being stiff in bowls. You almost got the shot, but it's still Western Australia. What can David Skipper Ravlick do from Coburn? 2 ends ago, he was a little bit quick and couldn't save from 3. And I'm not surprised to see Michael come to the head. He's just working out what he's going to do. That bowl there from George Ravlick is in a pretty tough position to get to. And Michael has to be careful. Look, he's down 1. If he gets the jack playing on his forehand, he can get a multiple here. He can trail it to himself. I don't think it's going to get back. And he was very fortunate not to get a touch on Ross Herring's bowl. And that's the hand that he has to play. He's playing his backhand. He just needs to arrive. Get under that bowl, but I don't think he's going to count with that one. So we have Western Australia on the board. All right, we've got Ross Herring. And Tim's just going around just to try and get the draw. So we'll get him back very shortly. Ross really trying to give his team a good start, and he'll look for correction on that. Positive weight. Alrighty. Timmy's just come up and grabbed my notes, so I won't be able to refer to the player names. I've got a couple of them, but I know this is Mr. Williams. Well, it's interesting. Leeds finding it difficult on their second end of 4 coming up this way with 3 of the 4 not past the head. Let's see how the seconds go. Coming in for the shot. Well done. Western Australia holding 1. And a good morning to all of you, wherever you're watching from. If you want to pop, a little hi in the chat, go for it. Kathy and myself have shown you how to do it. If you just got it up on the big screen, then that's great too. Just excuse me while I chew on a bit of a Mentos. Need to get a chance to brush my teeth after having a couple of 1.5 hour broken sleeps on my way up from Sydney this morning. I should say yesterday afternoon. This is Ravlik Senior. I think it's George. Trying to look at the best way on how to get in to the head with just trying to thread the needle through there with those white bowls, which are Team Victoria's bowls. Just wants to come around the back. Green speed running around about 16, 17. So you can imagine, Team WA has the yellow stickers. All right, the third's turn to make some impression on the head. Lots of things happening down here, so come on down to this wonderful club, Mooloolaba. You are watching YouTube Live Sports, and it's my great pleasure to join Timmy Wrightson in commentary to bring you the Australian Deaf Games Lawn Bowls Championships, the only sport of these championships being streamed. It's great to be here. Do believe that bowls is the second most populated event outside of netball, or maybe basketball. Miss Lease is covering through, but I do believe if the jack goes dead, it's a respot on the tee. That's where Michael wants the bowl. It was where he was standing. I'm sure they would have had a chat around where they'd like to position these bowls. And looks like that is second shot. Well done. Uh, 4-1 on 3 with 54 minutes remaining of this round 2 clash. David Radlich. First of his 2 attempts. They're holding 1. Just wants to try and get back to that bowl that was sent down by the Victorian third. He's got to have a clear run. He needed a bit more courage. Here comes Michael Barker, the current Australian Open hard of hearing or deaf bowls champion singles player. So if he's carrying that form from last month, let's see. He's on the forehand. Only way for him to really get in is to try and land that bowl and push it through. Well, he did well, but now that's made that shot a little bit difficult now. It was good effort. Just needed a little bit more of it in the guts rather than the edge. And skipper David Radlich has generally not found his streps yet. He's normally really spot on. Yeah, good home for what perhaps that Michael's looking for. Team Victoria are 2 down. So in this position, he might just have to take his medicine and this is where Michael's trying to communicate, and I'd suggest he'd walk down the head himself, but his third has given him a foot, where to draw to try and get the shot. So he's playing on the ditch rink side, the forehand. She generally needs to jump out of the way. This is a fair effort. Michael Barker. Oh! He may have cut one out. Geez, he was very close. Very close indeed. And Timmy's off trying to get all the action and get all the results. And I believe it's only 1 to Team WA. Well done. Actually, I think Michael got the shot. Hang on, they signalled. That was the shot. Well done. The last bowl by Michael Barker. He did get a rather significant purchase on one of the bowls. Some might say it a bit lucky, but he was in the area and he was closer. Well done. 5-1 on 4. Well, the Victorian lead, Paul Williams, is put the mat right at the back of the tee again, and that jack is only a metre or so short. So they're gone long again. No rest for the wicket. Well, we're already 40 minutes in to a 1.5 hour game, and you can see that they're averaging around 9 minutes an end. So once again, they'll probably get through about 10 ends. Paul Williams on the matters lead for Victoria. You are watching the Australian Deaf Games, the Lawn Bowls Championships in the fours. It's a week-long celebration of sport for the deaf community. The Sunshine Coast 2026 Australian Deaf Games. The national team trials will be on Friday the 10th of July, and then a dinner presentation on Friday evening. Pretty much we've got fours today and tomorrow, and we've got the singles on Wednesday and Thursday. Well done, Ross from Team WA. All right, the second's turn to build on the good work by the leads. Good morning to you viewers, wherever you're watching from. Thanks for trying to join us. Don't forget, if you're wanting to watch some pairs action, live from the Phoenix pairs of Park Beach at Coffs Harbour, Tony Scott is also on YouTube Live Sports. So if you've been here before, just go to the stream schedule and you can click on that link. If you've got 2 devices like I do, I normally have 3 going to watch all the different coverages from my colleagues. Today we've got Timmy Wrightson, better known as Chicken Legs, and as my name is Matty Harris, and I've been given the nickname by our founder, Boyd Dumbrell, called Red Bull. No doubt most of you probably understand why, but I've had no Red Bulls today. I've had some coffee, a little bit sleep deprived, but it's great to be a part of the Deaf Bowls Australia community. Our beautiful people. Number of people using Auslan, which is the Australian Sign Language. And I actually spoke to one of the volunteers for the Deaf Sports Australia, and she's a student that's studying to sign. And I did ask if she wanted to be on the live stream signing, but she said, yeah, no, I'll give that a miss. I'm not ready for that yet. All right. So far, after a good start, Team Victoria are holding a 4-shot lead. But Western Australia building a very good head. That's the 3rd shot that's gone in. So let's see. The leads and the seconds have done their job. It's now over to the 3rds from Victoria. And I reckon from the reaction from Michael Barker, that is a cracker. She was 3 down and she's just drawn a toucher to sink the spirits of Team WA. What a great bowl there from Anne Corcoran. She won't want that one back. What can Katie Lease do? Bowl is just short of Jack High. She's playing the right hand. Her track's pretty good. It just might dip with that weight. Needed to give it a little bit more chance. More of a chance, I should say, as my left hamstring starts to cramp. Anne Corcoran. Ready to send the second attempt of her 2. And her first one was a cracker. Love seeing the body action and reaction from the players. And good track again. And good weight. Oh, look at this, doing it all herself. Hat off. Well done. What a bowl. And look at the camaraderie there. Katie just giving her a high five and said, well done. That's great bowling. Yeah, look at that. Generally cheering them on. I think it's fabulous. You don't see a lot of sportsmanship like this in a lot of sports. Fabulous. Well, Katie did try and adjust by going slightly wider. Well, she went a lot wider. And well done to Anne Corcoran. That's a great execution of your skill set. Good to see George Ravlick here from Team Coburn. He's just having a look at the proceedings. Ravlick. Coburn. Timmy, you know, I think he's gone. I think he went back to South Australia. We'll find out where he's been. Mate, listen,
I've been everywhere,
listen,
man.
Mate, when you said, "Oh, I can't help you cover Monday," I haven't non-stop been on the stream. I thought I'd have my feet up. Mate, you need two people to do this because you're running around like a headless chook, trying to get the stakes, trying to get the draw, trying to get the scores. How have you done?
We've done well. We've done well.
Michael Barker sending his bowl down. Just so you know, the state of play before we talk, we're over the halfway point of this match, as in timing. We're only 4 ends in, so they're averaging around 10 minutes an end. So an hour and a half, they're going to get between 9 to 10 ends done. But that's okay. But Victoria are not sitting comfortably, but they are 4 shots ahead in 4 ends. But tell us what you found.
Cool. All right. Well, just to update everybody, we've going to get you a copy of the draw. We'll put it on the screen in a little while. It won't only just have the players, the skippers' names. It'll actually have what states they're representing.
Terrific.
So that's on its way. Thank you very much to Kathy Brooks for that.
And we'll put that on the notes for next year when we stream.
Yep.
Give us the states as well, particularly for the Deaf Sports Championships.
I watched them do the draw yesterday, and the only thing that went on there was names. It's not my call what goes on their draw, so I've just we've got pen written on it as well.
There could be some composite sides
There
because
are
they're
two.
inclusive. Because Team Tasmania, we need more players from Tassie.
Yep, there are 2. Well, there's a South Australian lady from Streaky Bay.
And she's playing for Victoria,
so
isn't
that's
she?
Sue. She has to play for Victoria.
And she's got Benny the dog,
Yep. And
the hearing guide dog.
Yep.
Well, it's not a guide dog, but it's a...
The New Zealand team, they have one player that's not from New Zealand. And Team 10, that's Gary Dodds' team. So they have a player from Victoria, New South Wales, Queensland, and another from Victoria. But to give you all a score update, on Rink 9, the New Zealand team with John as an extra player.
David Radlick, he just tried to interrupt you, Tim. He was always going to go one down, and he's almost tried a draw just to keep the scoreboard at bay. He bowled a cracker. They're putting the tape on it now, but Tim, go for your life.
No, we'll wait till this end finishes. As soon as they're changing, we'll give everybody updates.
Look, I think it's going to be 2,
that
but
white bowl's going to be pretty close
how's
to
this,
being
right?
in.
The front end for Western Australia.
It's a half in by a half bowl.
The front end from Western Australia were holding 3 after they bowled 2.
Oh, wow.
And then...
They were holding 3 after they bowled 2. I hope not.
4 totally. And Cochrane then went bang, bang from Victoria and then said, I'm going to take 2. And they stayed that way. But that's how important it is. My philosophy is the front end decide who wins the game and the back end decide by how much.
Yep.
However, we're going to change the scoreboard, but the first thing I always do is change the freaking camera.
Cool,
Go
folks.
for your life, tell us.
Rink 9, Queensland is beating New Zealand's composite team 5-3 after 4. That's now gone to 7-3 after 5 ends. On Rink 10, we have Queensland versus Victoria. And I have scores written down, but I'm just going to see if that's been updated. Queensland versus Victoria, and the score is 6-2 to Queensland. On Rink 12, we have Victoria versus Queensland as well. And that was the reverse. That's 6-1 to Queensland, that one. Rink 13, Victoria behind 1-6. New Zealand's got a good lead there. And on Rink 14, WA's got a good lead, 5-0 over Queensland at this stage. With 4s, folks, it's very hard because quite often there's 6 people standing in front of scoreboards. You got Buckley's and none of seeing scoreboards at that time when they're all up that end. So we'll endeavour to keep you all updated. and of course,
Timmy, once again, going back towards the clubhouse, players are finding things just a little bit tricky with their line and length.
Yeah, you look at Rink 10 there, a 9 there. It's very similar. So
if people are watching the coverage and thinking, well, they're not very good, well, I can tell you, we've got the best in the country here. And I can tell you, if I went out and had a crack, I probably wouldn't get them anywhere on the same rink.
Well, I had a bowl with quite a few players from a couple of different states yesterday, and some very handy bowlers just having casual roll-up. They were doing very well.
was just watching Ross Herring. He was actually just asking his skipper, David, what do I need for correction? So depth perception is a bit different on the cameras, as you've noticed with the coverage. Ross is sending his next bowl of his 2, only 2 turns in 4s. Ross has been very good with his line. He's just trying to find the extra weight. I did put in the chat, it's roughly around 16 seconds at the moment. And what we're doing, viewers, is we're now importing and downloading.
Thank you, Kathy.
The information. And just bear with me while I just quickly...
I'll commentate while you
go
deal with
live.
emails. Kathy, our IT guru, has just sent us through an electronic version of the draw, so people will be able to see we'll be referring to surnames and also the states that they're playing for. This bowl's looking really good around that. Yes. There's your shot bowl, folks. It's only a foot behind her, or it has run a little wide. May not quite be in. Natasha Hogan's looking really good. This should swing in nicely. Michael's got his finger up already. He likes it, his thumb up. And that is the absolute foot and a half just behind the jack. Lovely bowl from Natasha Hogan there from the Birchip Club in Victoria.
Doing really well, Tim, to get in.
So this will be George Ravlich. He's got his hand on his head. He's not happy, but it's not looking too bad at all. That'll swing hard. There's one thing I notice over here.
His bowls are getting back, and I actually can't tell what bowl he's using because he's got a darker looking set of bowls. I wouldn't say they're black.
Look like Drake's Prides to me.
You know what? We've got only probably 4 or 5 different bowl manufacturers.
My apologies, I got it wrong.
If I actually had some dollars, I'd be making bowls for Australian conditions.
If you started making bowls, you'll make more dollars, I tell you.
Well, it's okay. I'm rich in love here. And you know what? We've got to say thank you to Kathy because we have got a lot better draw than taking a photograph. She has done.
So this is Anne?
This is Anne and, sorry, no, this is Katie Lease. Katie's from Team WA. No doubt if you go back and watch all of our coverage from Club Charlestown, she featured heavily in lots of the women's national championships. She's a bit cranky with herself at the moment because I can tell you at the moment, both Katie and David, the back end for Western Australia, they're not bringing what I've seen before. They're just a bit inconsistent.
Yep.
And look, sometimes, Tim, you'd get
Day
this,
one, morning one, and they're 4,000 Ks from
the
home.
The harder you try,
at least
the
4,000.
worse it gets. Have you been in a hole like that?
Oh, absolutely.
So you've got to disengage the head.
It's on live stream.
Cut the head off and just go back to muscle memory, and you might be able to get it. But they're playing on a carpet that's running 16 to 17 seconds.
So this will be Natasha Hogan from Birchip.
Natasha, for the moment, if there was the prize...
Sorry, this is Anne.
Sorry, Anne Corcoran. She has been the most effective.
She's unfortunately hit Kate's bowl. So Kate now has a bit of a gap where her last bowl was. Probably would have been away. Now she needs to just get under her own bowl, sitting out there at about 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock.
It's interesting. I don't know whether the Kate's just gone on to Anne's hand deliberately if she falls short to get in a road, because that's a strategy.
Yeah, it's thrown them both off. This is going to have lovely weight.
But you can see
Katie definitely has got, that is the best weight.
She's just really wrestling. She's actually talking to herself as she's walking down the green. You can see her berating herself almost saying, that's not good enough.
Yep.
I know what I can do, and I'm on the TV rink. Everyone can see.
TV or no TV, these guys are out to win. So,
And look, I can see from David's body language, he's not carrying himself in the way that there's that swagger.
Yep.
Look, and when there's scoreboard pressure, you can't facilitate that.
Exactly. Yep.
Well, stand by, viewers. We have got a draw for you. I don't know what Kathy's salary's on, mate, but you've got to triple it.
Well, that means she'll get 3 times nothing.
Well, I might give you a bit more money for helping me out because you said you were helping me out and you gave me a fee quote and I went, mate, that's not even going to cover your petrol. And from how I know you like to rehydrate of an evening.
You might be real careful if you're going to organise a bar tab for me. It's very important when you're as skinny as me. You got to keep your fluids up. All right, let's see if David Ravlich can make a difference here. So he bowls from the Coburn Club with XG Light Blues.
Look, he has really struggled with his line and weight.
His weight's good here, and he's got a little straightener.
He's normally all over it.
Yep.
But look at Michael Barker. He is in good touch. He has really been well supported by the front end, by Paul and Natasha. Anne's made it a little bit easier for him. Michael, again, looking like his line's pretty good. I think he might be using SRs from memory.
Bit narrow.
That weight was good.
Unfortunately, hit a bit of traffic there.
Okay, tell me, where's David got to go? He's one down.
He's got to go backhand. He's got to try and sit that dark blue at 2 o'clock there.
His weight was pretty good last time. I like his line. He's given it a chance to get back.
Around that white one, which he is.
Oh, this is a close bowl, ladies and gentlemen. This is commentator
Kate's
Curse.
getting excited.
He's got to trail it, and it's just got to run through. That is a great effort. How often do you give a player a bit of stick and they go bang?
Yeah. Likewise, and he praise them.
I think it's... Well,
good to see the girls measuring. So the dark blue's coming out straight.
No magic fingers.
No, not too much of that lately, I'll be honest.
And look, depth perception is difficult to see. With that tape coming out, I think it is only one. Oh, no, we're looking for another.
Just measuring that one more carefully this time.
And it's interesting when you watch people with hard of hearing or deaf, they might tap them on the head or they might just give them a little gesture to say, hey, remeasure it, please. They actually don't declare the head until they visually see each other.
Yes.
Because if you start taking bowls out,
the
I'm
light
sure
blue's
the umpire, there we go.
One to Victoria.
So, viewers, can we give a big round of applause to the hostess with the mostest?
Oh, look at that.
That is an impressive looking of the draw.
Yep.
How good have you done, Kathy?
Graham, the coordinator here, has forwarded it to me. I've sent it to Kathy. She's made sure now, folks, when you look at it, you'll be able to see. Unfortunately, we don't, and the scoreboards aren't showing it, whether it's Queensland 1 and Queensland 2. So unfortunately, we can just give you the name of the state at this stage. As the day progresses, we'll be able to tell you whether Victoria 1 team might have lost 2 games, Victoria 2 might have won 2 games, and hopefully we'll be able to give you that as time goes on.
And I tell you, Timmy, I'm having to adjust the cameras a fair bit, mainly with the mat placement. So I can tell you, Paul Williams is doing...
It's right back.
He's right back again, and he's throwing the jack way back again. And we'll take that that image off now. But look, you've seen it. But because I couldn't see the jack, he's throwing it way again. So I would not be surprised to see Western Australia probably try and totally change it up and go short if they get it. But they are currently down by 7 shots with 30 minutes to play. So they have to score this end, Timmy.
Yep.
What I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly speak to someone who's watching Ross play. They're a family member, and they could be coming from all the way from WA, or they could be living here and coming to watch someone play. So I just want to find out that story. And what I might do is make sure that we've got the graphic as we'll speak to our cameraman, which is me.
We can update you folks on Rink 9 now. Rink 9, we've now got a score of 6 shots to 7. Queensland over New Zealand's competent team. On Rink 10, scores haven't changed a great deal. Queensland is a 6-2 up over Victoria. Rink 12, looks like Queensland are leading 7-3 over Victoria. And the other ones are just out of my capabilities for distance. And, of course, player movement. Looks like 7-3 to New Zealand over the Victorians on rink 13.
Well, I'm actually rapt that there's two of us actually working this at the moment, because if it was just me, you'd be getting no updates. I can tell you that for a fact, because there's sign language involved, and there's no gopher here at the moment from Club Mooloolaba to do that. Where
No,
at Club Charlestown we had a great volunteer, and I'll mention him again a little bit later on, but he basically worked for 2 days just non-stop doing what you're doing.
Yep.
But we're all here for each other, just trying to do the best we can. So at the moment we look at the leads have done their job, and once again, Ross Herring holding one. So look, Timmy, I'm going to get you to start controlling things. I'm just going to go and speak to a family member. It could be a sister or an in-law that might be able to talk about Ross, because I actually haven't met Ross before. He's the lead for WA, and the big fella, and I don't mean any disrespect to the big fella. Anyone bigger than me is known as a big fella. He's tall, he's passionate, he's high-fiving his, I would say they're his nieces, but they could be just, I'll have a chat with them. I'm going to...
If you can see the score on the furthest rink when you get a chance, mate, that'll help us inform. Yeah. I'm a bit behind the 8 ball, folks, because I haven't been watching Who's Who in the Zoo here. I've just got a bit of a pause in play. Somebody may have gone for a quick break and didn't realise they were going to be called up so quickly, but it is a short game, so it's a matter of trying to get this game back in action ASAP. Yep, here she comes. They're all having a bit of a smirk about it. When you got to go, you got to go. As simple as that. Thank you, everybody who's tuning in. Thanks again, Kathy, for updating that spreadsheet for us. Very much appreciated. Helps quite a bit. So Natasha Hogan for Victoria now. It's just gone into the side ditch. George Ravlich from Coburn in WA. Big track over and an expensive track. That one's just going to stay up. Only just. Blade of grass. He doesn't look too happy with that one. It's cutting. These long ends are definitely testing people out at the moment. As I said earlier, I had a roll on this rink earlier yesterday. And yeah, I found it to be more consistent than what I initially thought. This is Anne Corcoran. The pace is just beautiful. It's drawing both sides. A few people, I think, on the ditch side just tended to send them down a little heavier than they needed. Don't know if that's going to hang around quite enough. Probably not. All right, the lady that Kate Lease from Eton in Victoria. Maddie has big raps on this lady. Very steady bowler. Lovely style. Michael just indicating to Anne just another foot wider, and this should hold nicely. closely at this one. Certainly looking a bit more positive, but just going to run out of juice. Nice line. As we all do, leaning a little bit. That one's not going to stay up, unfortunately. So we've got a fairly spread pack this end. 8-1 currently to Michael Barker's team. No special privileges just because you're the president of Deaf Bowls Australia, but an absolute gentleman. Gee, he's been, between him and Stephen Fox, been doing a mountain of work to get this all happening for the Deaf Bowls games here on the Sunshine Coast. God's country, as we call it. They went down in their first game by quite a bit, lost to the other Victorians, so they'll be looking to make amends. Both teams losing their first round, pretty keen to get runs on the board. Michael's looking fairly good, just wanted another 1.5 meters. WA holding shot at the moment. I like that. I do a very similar move. Sometimes you don't need to yell at your teammates all day. Sometimes you can just indicate with a simple step. Lets people know where that bowl is and how far it's going to take you to get round it to Jack High. Got to thread the needle and miss that short one. He has. That'll be in for 2. WA need that. Michael Barker's last bowl coming down now. Contact on his own would work. Yeah, with that weight, contact on his own would have been great. So Kate just indicating, definitely holding 2. Don't move the cat's basically the unwritten word here. Draw anywhere near your previous bowl and you'll have 3 and it'll do your scoreboard the world of good. He's thrown it out wide for safety and you can bet your bottom dollar that usually happens when the weight's very good. And it was. 2 to WA. That'll make them a little happier. Get a bit of momentum. And like Matt said, we'll just see now whether they do change the game plan a little bit as far as length of end. So we have 21 minutes remaining. Border Sports Live is a Facebook page that I started up, folks, simply to promote the live streaming games that I was doing in southeast of South Australia and now in the Gateway District in Brisbane. So all my details are there. If you've got any questions and you'd rather get onto Border Sports Live, often you'll see the links there, the same ones that you'll see on Happy Bowlers Facebook page, as YouTube Live Sports Facebook page, Lawn Bowlers Australia Facebook page. We try and share it round because not everybody's watching all or just one of the Facebook pages. So it's a good way to promote things, but YouTube Live Sports is always where we broadcast. Boy Dumbrell does a mountain of work to keep that updated for everybody. So my best suggestion would be to subscribe to it. Absolutely subscribe. I was scared of subscribing and things like that in the past, folks. I've since learnt the benefits subscribing to a Facebook page. It costs you absolutely nothing, and it gives you great advantage in keeping on top of what games are coming up. Lovely bowl there from Paul Williams. Just a foot or so behind, 2 foot behind. David Ravlich likes this one. You can see why. I've been lucky enough to enjoy some lovely meals here at Club Mooloolaba since I've been here, and the smell of a really nice barbecue is wafting through the air as we speak. George Ravlich now on his backhand. There's a big open draw there. I found with XGs I was going a good 1.5 meters wide. That's a lovely bowl from George. And Mr. Chalky. I think a fair few of them have worked out this. As long as you give it a bit of grass, trust it, it will come back. On the western side of this rink. Another good bowl from George there. Getting the applause from his opposition skipper. Good sportsmanship shown by Michael Barker there. Natasha's not happy with her bowl. Mind you, I saw plenty of that yesterday. Look, it's behind, if nothing else. It's a bit of insurance. It's not far from the tee. Kate Lee's looking to come down now and make it 3 if she can, or 4 if she can. It's a bit close to call from where I'm sitting. And again, she's just fallen short. Struggling to find that length. Yeah, Michael's call, just asking Anne Corcoran, just asking to come in under that last bowl. This did happen the last time they were heading in this direction. She also is not happy with the weight. Grass line is good. Nice open draw under your own bowl. And look, Anne has made up for it. Sorry, Kate has made up for it with another chalky. Fantastic bowl. Perseverance pays off. Good to see. It's probably looking good for a little positive draw now on the backhand for Anne. Good chance, especially with that back bowl that they've got as insurance. Wouldn't hurt at all to put another metre on this. Come through those last couple of bowls. Yep, Michael's liking this and I'm liking it too. It's got to be real close here. Doesn't want the gap. Oh, that's good. From 3 down at least. Just trying to get an indication. The players are so focused. Just trying to get an indication is that looks like one's still to WA, I'm guessing. Yeah, once it gets wide on this one, as that one has, they really struggle to come back. His weight's not too bad, just a couple of foot through, which is what he was after. Michael will be trying to do exactly the same as what he asked Kate to do, Anne to do. And he may well... Michael may well have got second shot there. And it's just holding. Okay, Michael Barker with one to go. Good call from Anne there. Don't need to go near the jack. You've just got to get around it. With 13 minutes to go in this game, another 2 shots to the Vicks. I don't know that that'll do it. So one coming out for sure. Have a look-see. Definitely one. Definitely the one to WA. They would have loved anothery there. So we're 12 minutes to go. We're 8 ends down. As we look across now to rink number 9. Score there currently is 8-7 now to Queensland over the New Zealand team with John. So slightly composite team, 3 Kiwis and John. On rink 10, excuse me, folks, I'm still getting over a cold I've had. I've been dragging on. Over on rink 10, score is 7-6. Victoria over Queensland there. And we've got a big margin. It looks 14-4. 14-4 to Queensland over the Vicks on rink 12. So they had a 6-1 lead, and they've kept that lead going quite well. On rink 13, it looks like we've got a big margin as well. New Zealand still over Victoria on rink 13, and the remaining one on rink 14 I can't see from this distance, folks. WA was 5-0 up over Queensland, but I cannot see the score there. I'll get that one as soon as Matt's busy gas bagging with people, so I don't have an answer for you on that at the moment. Sorry. Nice start there from Paul Williams. Very close. The big fella, Ross Herring. One on, one behind's the rule. So Paul just looking to either push his own bowl through or just around it. It looks like he's done that. And he's in for 2 shots. So the WA folks will be staying on this probably least preferred side, the ditch side, at the moment. Got one to catch. Nice back bowl there from Ross Herring. That's the one you want to trail it to. But as you can see, the players waving their hands soon after they've let it go. Only a half metre or so short. And I dare say, interesting, I probably would have, as a Victorian, I probably would have played the other hand. Michael's happy with it getting behind though. George here, just looking to push that white bowl through even better. If he can get under the white short bowl, which he is heading in the direction, just needs to be, yeah, definitely. Good to see Michael Barker on top of that there. Just changing Natasha over. Backhand is a far safer option. Looking to sit the bowl that his foot was at there. Nicely around the front bowl. Don't want to, yeah, that works. And it's 2, and it's a chalky. So Victorian's in a good position here because WA's got 1 down the back. And that's what the Victorians will be trying to sit on. So WA needing to get a good end here. And I think Kate has. She's done it. She's done it beautifully. My apologies. Wrong camera, Timothy. Kate Lease has done a great job there. May well have even achieved a 2 out of that. Yes, Michael's indicating 2. So not an easy shot for Anne here. Still on the forehand, just looking to get past the black and white stripe bowl, certainly around the front bowl, the short one. If this stays up, that won't hurt either. Gives Michael another option. And David just indicating there for Kate. That's our bowl. Push our bowl up. Yeah, that one just unfortunately hitting the short bowl.
It's on its way.
Okay, folks, as we head into the last 5 minutes of round 2 here. That bowl's not far off the money either.
Very good weighted bowl there, Tim.
Yes, welcome very much. Appreciate the time of Brian Marshall, President of Bowls Queensland, joining us here. Welcome, Brian.
Thank you very much, Tim. It's made a wonderful event. It's great to see the players out there enjoying themselves on the green.
Tis.
And I'll tell you what, they know how to play this game of ours too, just quietly, Tim.
They do.
Mate, there's been some great heads. It's just going to miss that, yeah. Got that a little bit fuller. Would have probably come in for second shot, I reckon.
Would have, yeah. I tell you what, if you weren't here Friday night and Saturday,
Yep.
Matt asked me to fill in for him. We had the Deaf Bowls, Queensland Deaf Bowl state titles.
Yes, I heard that last week. Yes.
Oh, my goodness. Tell your selectors they need to have a good look. Johnny Price
Yeah.
and Gary Hagan.
Yeah.
Oh, take my hat off to the two absolute gentlemen of the game. We'll just watch another President's Bowl coming down here.
Down here, yes, the president of the National Association.
He's just looking to make a bit of difference here with some weight, but unfortunately, there was a fair bit of traffic in his way. So WA clawing their way back. It looks like we will get to start the final end.
Yeah. Yeah, they're going to have
they've-
enough time. They've got at least 4 minutes there, Tim, by the looks of the clock. So
And if it is a 2, it means we'll go into it with a 2-shot difference with the last end. So
yep,
it is 2.
still anyone's game.
Yep, 2 to WA. So thank you very much for joining us, and thanks for coming up and supporting. I know, look, people like me, the rank and file bowlers, are out there in the paddocks. They love to hear when important people like yourself or people in important positions turn up. And look, it's if nothing else, they can say, "Oh, the boss of Queensland, boss of Bowls Queensland was watching us today," and that is important to a lot of blokes.
Well, it is
and
to
ladies.
a degree, but to me, I think every bowler's a very important aspect of our great game too, though, Tim. And I think that the more that we can do to help everybody enjoy our game, I think it's for the betterment of the game in the long run, mate. So
Too right. It's the only reason why I bought one of these kits here that you're not too unfamiliar with yourself.
No, very familiar with it. I do a lot of the commentary for the Gold Coast Tweed media team, who are actually on the Sunshine Coast today and tomorrow. They're doing the Glasshouse Mountain Junior.
Oh, terrific.
They're doing the junior event up there. I'll be leaving here sometime mid-afternoon, and I'm not going to do anything there, but I'm going to go and stick my head into the juniors on my way home. And I've got too many other commitments at the moment to give the 2 days this week.
Yep.
Hence the reason I couldn't get up last week, Tim, for the Queensland titles.
Oh, look, everybody's busy this time of year. The AO's just finished.
yeah.
Pennant's about to start in Brisbane. Oh, a lovely bowl there.
Yeah, great bowl.
Look at Paul Williams. He's happy as Larry with that one.
He's turned around to his teammates and just basically acknowledged what a good bowl he just played, which is really good to see the camaraderie, though, Tim, too,
It
isn't
is.
it? You know what I mean? It really is.
The sportsmanship that I witnessed last Friday, Saturday, and then, of course, yesterday I was floating around or watched here for the opening ceremony and so forth. Wow. This has got to be close to the friendliest bunch of people I've seen at bowls, and I've played with a lot of bowls, and you get to meet a lot of people you play against once a year or once every 2 years.
What a beautiful correction there, too, from his first bowl there with that second bowl. Very, very important just to put one just in behind the head with his just the one down. So this one here, too, he really needs to be in behind the head, too, and match that last bowl.
Not going to be far from it.
He may
without moving
kitty.
it. That's all right. A little bit of a sigh there. He's not happy with himself, but
He's done well, though.
He's quite an animated fella, is Paul. I like it. It's only the passion oozing out of him. That's
what it's all about, though, Tim, isn't it? You know, I mean, mate, a lot of people, particularly, I love doing the intellectually disadvantaged also too, because a lot of those players, Tim, bowls is their life.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely their life, mate.
I work in mental health support work, as a lot of our viewers have heard before. I hate to sound like I'm banging on about but it gives me great pride to see the excitement on their face when they have spent a very different life upbringing and growing up compared to me, but to see them enjoying the same passion, the same competitiveness.
Absolutely brilliant, mate.
Absolutely no difference in the way we are when we're out in the field, regardless of our background, our abilities or disabilities.
Disabilities or whatever it may be.
Another
very close to the kitty here.
Yep.
Oh.
Oh, and she's rocked it back with a double toucher.
I think that may have just...
Give that bowl 2 lumps of chalk.
Yes, you have to. But again, look at the head there, though, Tim, with all due respect. You know, there's one bowl outside, possibly 2 foot.
Yep.
So that's, again, very good bowling, very good leading, and seconds really got bowls in the head to give their skips the opportunity to maybe do a conversion shot with their last couple of bowls. That's why they go last, mate. They get the big money.
Yeah. Either the big money or no money. Depends how they go on the day.
Mate, I always looked at that no one else wanted to talk to them. That's why they stood down there by themselves.
Well, I tell you right now, I led for my first 7 years.
Yes.
And it was Tim, bowl the jack, bowl your bowls, sit down and shut up. And now it's Tim, get up the other end. We don't want to listen to you all day. So I've been known to, I have a number of nicknames, chicken legs and have a chat and all the rest of it.
Well, I'm hearing you on that one, mate.
Yeah.
I've gone back to leading for pennants, and I remember on the Gold Coast, a lot of the players said to me, "Brian, how come you're leading?" I said, "I'm a selector now."
You've taken yourself out of that. So which club do you play at?
Mate, I'm a member of quite a few clubs on the Gold Coast, of course, where I also wear a double hat. I'm also president of the Gold Coast Tweed District Bowls Association.
Yep.
And my primary club is Bow Desert, a small little club very far west of the Gold Coast.
I know that.
I lived for 30 years on Tamarine Mountain. I moved off there 4 years ago. I moved out to Coralbin Valley.
Lovely.
Nice little valley out there.
Used to do boys trips, golf trips out there once a year. And
golf course is still in good nick, mate. I can
behave ourselves relatively well for a weekend once a year.
There's a bit of pressure on here. So we've got a very good head building here. This is going to be down. It's only 2 shots in this game. It's anyone's game, isn't it? It's really down to the business end. Down the last end. The bell's gone. So
yes, the bell has gone, folks. So don't forget, we will be back straight after the lunch break. So there's a separate link. You keep an eye on, if you're going direct to YouTube Live Sports, just look for the link there, and it'll be the next one in consecutive order. They all come up as per the times that they've been programmed in. So this broadcast, hang on, we've got to watch Kate's bowl here.
It's not too far away. Just going to sneak around the back again.
I can see your years of experience. You're looking at the monitors, and I'm being a naughty boy and looking over the monitors. I can't help myself.
No,
as a bowler, you just want to see it in real life with your own eyes, because that's what we do every day.
Many, many years ago, I was calling a test match, and it's down to Queensland, New South Wales on the indoor at Tweed, and I lifted my head up over the monitors where there's about a 20-second delay from actual to monitors, and I called the shot. And I went down, looked at the monitor, and I went, I think Nathan Rice might have a drive at this. And some bloke said, come on, Brian, that's like finding out there's no Santa Claus, mate. Absolutely put him big time, I was, Tim. Since then, mate, I have never lifted my head up over the screen, mate.
Yeah. Look, we get a fair bit of banter, as you do get the same.
Same thing,
Get a fair bit of banter in the live stream, and me forgetting to take off logos, me forgetting to, I'm still the bowl because I'm watching the bowl go down, so the camera's still on the bowler doing the delivery. Look, they stick it up me, but average Joe I am, and I am not perfect. That's
but there's one thing that I do love, not only about our game. We all have a great passion for our game, though, Tim. But the live streaming has taken it into so many people's lounge rooms that can't get to the game. But the banter you have with the viewers is absolutely outstanding.
Yeah, we get, and you'd probably be the same. We get some from overseas and interstate,
everywhere,
and they're on all the time. We've had Kathy on here doing this today.
Yep,
and we've also sent her off a copy of the draw.
Kathy Brooke,
yep, sent her off a copy of the draw as a Excel spreadsheet.
Fantastic.
She's adjusted it, sent it back to us because we didn't have any of the names of the states. All we had was a draw with the surnames on.
Yep.
So she sent it back and put it in a format that we can put on the screen and
do it. Fantastic.
Yeah, we've got Wombat and Panda and Boss War Eagle, and they tune in all the time from overseas and interstate.
Well, I noticed Vince is on board too. He's one of our regulars.
Yes, he spreads the love of bowls. I reckon I get about. I think I'm at a stage now. I think I'm getting about 15 or so. I think New South Wales must have a fair bit on live stream at the moment.
Yeah,
and so every day I'm getting something in Messenger, and it's good. It informs me.
It's great
every now and then I'll send him a message. You haven't sent me any of my ones yet to tell me that you've put those on Facebook pages.
Really good to see Rowan Wilson win the state singles yesterday.
Yeah.
Great win over
very well deserved
over Tails. Like Tails, very a great break too, Tails, but known Rowan for a great number of years. Just going to pull up a bit short. Look at the weight on that, though. Just about spot on. Just needed a little bit more grass. He would have just snuck in there.
Oh, I reckon.
Would have been awfully close.
2 bowls, Mats, and you'll cover 9 bowls. 9 bowls there with 2 bowls, Mats.
Absolute true statement there. So I said, such a great head.
Last bowl of the match.
Now looking down, just to roll one of these bowls in. I'll tell you what, he's going to be awfully close here, Tim. Look at the way this is starting to work now.
Is he going to have enough weight to tip it right over?
He's going to be awfully close.
He has.
Oh, he has. Is it going to fall back down again, though, Tim?
You get to do that when you're the president.
It's actually standing up on its edge there, having a good look at it.
They're all, they've jumped in the way.
Yeah.
We're just trying to find out
who had shot.
Yeah.
What a great bowl,
We've got everybody in the way. Sorry, folks. We'll switch the camera around because we have got a measure taking place. They're all having a good hard look.
Having a good look at it.
We got 2 looks at it here now, and we're not going to be able to tell.
No, they're all going to stand in front of it anyway, Tim.
It looks like a 1. So this is what I've noticed. Both the ladies are going like that. So the lady measuring puts a finger up. The lady
Yes.
from the other team has a finger up.
Yes.
And I still don't know now.
Who's got the shot?
But one shot won't make a difference to the team winning. The Victorians will get up, which they lost their first game they weren't real happy with the way they went in the first game, I think. Michael was with, Michael got beaten. Yeah, they were down 10-3 on the 9th end.
Yep.
In the first game, so they're remeasuring now.
They're remeasuring now. They've taken one out, Tim, and they're obviously measuring for two here.
Well, that does make a difference.
Could make a difference here, mate.
It's
one shot.
And look, they're both doing it again. They've both got one finger up. Michael Barker's looking at them saying, which one?
One thing I must say, though, having been here previously, Tim, a while ago for the district size and that, a big kudos to Mooloolaba Club for the superb conditions of these greens.
Yeah, yep.
The finish on them, absolutely brilliant.
I've been singing their praises since Friday afternoon, thanking them and also Bowlers Paradise.
Yep. Oh, yep.
For the sponsorship. The hospitality from the people here at Club Mooloolaba. Don't know me from Bar Soap. I turned up Friday afternoon. I said, I'm doing some live streaming. I need power. I need mats. I need this and that. Now, bent over backwards to help me. I've had some of the best steak sandwiches ever.
Hey, that's what I normally have.
And I want another week's worth of them. Steak, sandwich and chips. So, folks, that completes our second game. It's great to have Brian Marshall with us at the moment. There are every game is now finished. So I'll quickly look across the board, see if I can give you all some updates. So Queensland definitely got the better of New Zealand on rink 9, folks. So the score there was 10-7 to Queensland. We've had a bit of not quite a turnaround. Queensland got the better of Victorians on rink 11. So that score was 11-7. On rink 12, 14-4 was the score. Rink 12 was the one that had the bye on it. No, and they've wound the scoreboards back on the other ones on us.
They've beat you to it,
They've put a trick on us. Yeah, my eyesight, Brian, doesn't allow me to see the two last scoreboards down there.
No.
We will endeavour to get that spreadsheet updated for you, folks. We'll make sure that you've got all the information you need going into this afternoon, which will be rounds 2 and 3 will be on this afternoon. From here at the Mooloolaba Bowls Club. For Deaf Sports Australia, that's the actual name of the event. Don't forget that. Deaf Sports Australia is the event, and we're doing the bowls.
I know you can hear me on there. I apologise for leaving you, but I've been working the room.
No, you haven't.
A government agent for sponsorship for us.
Okay.
So we've just had a person connected to Brisbane Olympics, and I've been working the room, so I apologise.
That's all right.
Mate, been fantastic. And
I've got hierarchy with me, so you're well covered. You're well covered.
Just like to say, Tim, keep up the great job that you do, mate, and the more bowls we can get out there to the public, mate, fantastic, mate. And,
thanks very much.
Really appreciate your work. Good setup, mate. Well done.
It's been good. Look, I've been only doing it since October.
Yeah, mate.
I managed to get the Bowls SA award
I heard that,
for the annual award, which for a bloke who just decided I'm just going to give this a go because I love bowls and I just want to spread it. As long as I can mix it in with my support work, it's a hobby. We don't make a great deal of money.
No.
In fact, working for Matt, I make nothing.
Yes, I understand that completely.
But yeah, it's sharing the love of bowls, mate. It's exactly what it does. Hopefully, I'll see you on the green sometime. It doesn't sound like you're playing in the Gateway District.
No, mate.
So,
I'm on the Gold Coast.
I won't see you, but I'll be heading down there. I'm doing the National Bowling Arm titles in September.
Yep.
At Club Tweed, so I might see you down that way. If you're
there. I'm there for the presentation dinner.
Excellent.
But I'll be down there prior to that also too, Tim.
Terrific.
So, mate, absolute pleasure.
Lovely to meet you.
If I had more time, I'd love to spend more time.
No, I know you got more on your plate than I have, and I've got a very full plate. So
thank you very much, Tim. And just keep up the great work, mate.
Thanks very much. You too. Isn't that lovely, fellas? Ladies and gentlemen, isn't that lovely? We've got the President of Bowls Queensland here, keeping an eye on the goings-on for these games. We will be taking a break, as I said. Thank you very much for those of you who've been tuning in. Don't forget, if you'd like to get involved with the live chat, it's very simple to do. Even someone like me can do it, and I can't even spell IT. Thanks again to Club Mooloolaba. You've been great support to everybody that's been here. everybody's giving you all big raps. So massive hat off to you. For those of you who didn't see it earlier, this is the draw we were given, and Kathy got back to us. We've now matched up surnames with the states that the players play for, which is fantastic. So as you can see, the yellow games are the games that are on rink 8. So with next game after lunch, we have John Lavelle from New Zealand up against Paul Webster of New South Wales. That will be the game that's on after the break today. The afternoon game today will be Adam Bale from New Zealand against Harry Hughes from WA. So the two Kiwi teams will feature in the afternoon session today. Thanks to those of you who have tuned in. I'll love you and leave you. We'll be back after lunch. Now, I just need to check, and I'll do that before I go anywhere, folks. Yeah, folks, we're looking at a 1:30 to 1:45 start. So whatever time you've got on your YouTube link will be exactly where it happens. So thanks again, folks. We'll see you in about an hour from now. Go and have some nice lunch yourselves. We'll see you then.